Yo, what's Papino? What's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. Today, there are a lot of things going on. First, there's a lot of controversy out there, there's a lot of stories. I seen a couple of videos yesterday. The Kanye West situation, I don't really want to touch up on because, you know, I got the way I see things, and the way I see things is just not from a journalistic view. So, for a lot of you guys that's super sensitive, I don't have time to go back and forth. I just say that Kanye is very calculated. He's a rich guy, and he has nothing to lose. He does prove points. He's sometimes proving a point. You gotta have a casualty. So to prove your point about what he says about certain things ain't free and slavery ain't free, he just proved it with doing an interview and saying some things that may seem distasteful to many, and how he had to take a video down, and how he had to apologize to the masses. Meanwhile, this man says he can fall back in Hawaii and live off his fall as much money as he makes. You know what I'm saying? From, with investments, whatever business he got going on. It's a lesson that sometimes you got to have a casualty in war. I don't think he meant to do that to Noriega. I think it was towards the networks that's behind Noriega. It wasn't against YouTube because obviously Kanye West was on YouTube yesterday. So his beef wasn't with YouTube. It's with the bigger networks that deal with the advertisers, the corporations, the banks. He's being a true conservative. If you speak to true conservatives, that's their conversation, taxes, the people, the water, so on, and so on. Now, where it gets a little tricky at is as Noriega's apologizing to the people, Kanye West is on YouTube as we speak, promoting cryptic money. He has two people up there interviewing him, which is he's calm, he's not crazy, and he's being very clear. There's things being said that people want to sue Kanye. Well, Kanye was sort of well versed in what he said in the interview when he said he seated on Candace Owens' video thing, and so that's gonna be his defense. Listen, it wasn't me per se. I just seen something, and this is my opinion on what I seen. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's gonna cost him $100,000 though, but it's gonna cost him some money. But he's not gonna lose $1 million. Stone to the bones, popping. So that's my take on that. I'm gonna make a 30-minute video on something like that because Kanye West conversations above my pay grade. There's no way that the $150 million compared to my little whatever I got in the bank. We all know as people treat people differently. You know what I'm saying? You know that societies are different. But that's a whole other show. Now, boom, again, there's something else I seen yesterday. I seen a show, a clip with Fat Joe. I shout out to Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell made a show about Fat Joe. He went off and went crazy. But me per se, I don't think he was talking about Hassan Campbell. I think he was just talking about YouTubers and certain YouTubers. Because Hassan Campbell does not eat off of donations. Now he may say hit the like button, hit the notification button. But Hassan Campbell gets enough views in one day where he does not need cash apps because Hassan Campbell understands the system. So he knows that if you give YouTube his first 5 to 10 minutes without cursing, acting crazy, or acting erratic, definitely 050ChynaBrim is in the building. He knows that his video will be monetized unless he does something crazy down the line. Most of Hassan Campbell videos are 10-minute long. Unless he goes live, he goes berserk on you guys. Y'all send him or you want him in the super chat. So I don't think Fat Joe was talking about Hassan Campbell. Now, he had to pick a herb. I don't know why, but he picked a herb because Fat Joe is in the business of making money. We don't know why he spoke about YouTube yesterday, but let's believe it's to benefit his personal interest. Definitely salute 050ChynaBrim is in the building. Shout out to the movement. You heard? you know what I'm saying? The movement's in the building. The movement is moving. We're dealing with our due diligence. I got the StreamYard up. I'm D.Chamberz. I don't know what he's trying to do. Guess he, you know what I'm saying? He got me up. I'm sick right now. I shouldn't be doing this. So, me doing this, getting up and doing this, just be mindful of that. When you guys ask me to do something, I'm sick right now, and I'm doing this. So, I'm taking away from Zeke Black. I'm not getting no money off of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for no donations. But what I'm going to say is that Fat Joe was not speaking about Hassan in my heart. Hassan just probably took it that way and went someplace else with that. Because Hassan don't eat off of donations. Salute, salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? Let's be mindful. See, Black is not in the best health right now. I'm not 17, 18. You're not, you know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So you ask me to do something, yeah, I'm on StreamYard. Let's get those, man. Let's just keep that in mind. I'm a grown man. I'm under the weather. I got the link up there for those that want to jump in. One thing I would say though, picking back and up, this was the show I probably would have did today. Is Sidebite still considered to be honorable because he was about to sue the prisons? That was actually the show I was going to do because I was listening to ChynaBrim show yesterday at work, and I was like, yo, and at work, shout out to my crew. Shout out to my crew, man. They're making it easier for me. I'm under the weather, and these guys making my day a whole lot easier by just doing their job. And I appreciate that. Salute to my goddamn crew that work with me. Shout out to my team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm on StreamYard right now. That would have been a show I would have did because, to my knowledge, Sidebite wanted to sue the prisons. You know what I'm saying? But he had a beef with a strong set at that time of Bloods. And they was gunning for him. You know what I'm saying? And they was taking shots at him. I ain't gonna front. Sidebite is a war warrior. He allegedly cut a leader. You know what I'm saying? He shot at that point in time a major player in the game. And that shit trickled down to some dudes getting punched in the face in the yard and other things happening that I wasn't there for, but I know that happened. In every jail that he seemed to went to, physical things was happening Sidebite. I gotta give him credit. He didn't sign. I don't know if he signed the PC. I don't know about all that, but I know one thing: he wanted to sue the prisons. I guess he looked at it as I'm gonna get it bad. Is he the only one to ever try to do that? I can't say. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm going to say is in that situation, I know somebody who got caught up in the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? That he was about to sue. So that was a conversation that I probably would have did if I wasn't under the weather. And that's not no disrespect or coming at gang members. Yeah, it's just a conversation because Sidebite and in the world of Crips, right? We can't forget about the Crip world. Other than Blue Boy, who's getting all the accolades, you have Pete Gutters, you had the Hollywoods, you had the Sidebites, you have the I heard of Biz before, you know what I'm saying? Actually, Sidebite is in Auburn. The last time I knew he was in Auburn, he was chilling with Ziggy Zah. Him and Ziggy Zah was in the burn. I know that per se. Last I knew, and that was a couple of months ago, they was in Auburn. Because I was speaking, I actually got a chance to speak to Ziggy Zah on the phone on his daughter's birthday. His daughter's birthday weekend, because a good friend of mine is actually in the burn with them. And he called me. You know what I'm saying? He gave Ziggy Zah my number. They in Auburn. He's chilling in the burn, though. He's in Auburn. So don't get it twisted. He's not in PC. He just wanted to sue the state for the bag. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he mentioned names in this lawsuit. But, yes, yeah, chilling. Yeah, they're in the same spot because Ziggy Zah called me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but them niggas, those are official lokes right there. You know what I'm saying? Those are official Crips. Those are the official Crips. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, those are the official. Those are dudes that's holding it down for Crips. So when I was listening to a large portion of ChynaBrim's show yesterday, I was getting that because that's what the show was about. The show was about the Crips and Blue Boy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go, okay, wait a minute. It's a sidebite situation. You know what I'm saying? The show was about that. The show wasn't about nothing else. Really that. I don't know what trickled down to everything else. I know it was about that. So we're going to talk about that. When it comes to the Crip, the world of Cripping, I don't know what he did for the Crip culture, Blue Boy. I can't tell you that. It seemed like he did more for the homies than he did for the Crip world. Because I'm going to tell you something. There was a war outside in the streets. There was a war outside in the streets. There wasn't no yards. There wasn't no peace trees. Dudes was dying. Dudes was dying in these streets. I got caught up in the blood and Crip war in the streets. In these streets. Banging on. I got caught up in the war in the 518 in Albany. A lot of you niggas are screaming these numbers out. Y'all was in jail. I got jail reps. And I respect it. But I was in your towns going to war with these Crip niggas. In your cities, banging against your cousins and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what Zeke Black was doing. I'll do this again. Yeah, it was assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam, brother.
ChynaBrim is in the building, man. Because that's where that show you had. About that blood, leader holder. We talking about because that's what the show was about. Crip niggas not getting the accolades. That's right. Blue Boy's getting all the accolades.
That's right. And my thing is that I didn't try to take from Blue Boy legacy what he did in the 70s and 80s. I don't know about none of that shit.
Yeah.
But what I do know for this new generation in the 90s and early 2000s and all that, I wasn't hearing about Blue Boy as far as active as doing anything crazy. You know, except Larry Davis. That's what made the, you know what I'm saying? I was hearing more about Psych Bike, Hollywood, especially Hollywood during the early, you know what I'm saying? During the early 90s.
Yes.
You know, Blue Boy wasn't somebody who we heard of him, but he was like, you know, on OG time, like stabbing up other OGs.
Yeah, that's that jail.
You know what I'm
saying? He come from the Mama Dead era. All that craziness. You know
basically, it wasn't an era as I don't see Blue Boy as far as the era of gang banging in New York. Like his name don't sit on there. That's what really, when that content came up, that's what really made us speak about it, because it's a fact that when I was in the States, Blue Boy was somebody, but he was really liked and known by the old timers. You know what I'm saying? He had respect amongst the old timers. Now, when it comes to New York gang banging and Bloods going at Crips, Crips going at us,
and not cutting you off. If you niggas get on the platform or getting the freestyle, there was a war outside in these streets. Individuals there's Crips in jail for killing Bloods, allegedly. There's Bloods that's in jail. Well, I don't understand. A lot of you dudes been in jail since the Latin King Wars. I've been in there for 20 years, 15 years. In these streets, it was deadly wars. There wasn't no comrades when it came to this. Dudes really died in Marcus Garvey when they went to that AG against the folks. Dudes was dying on Clarkson in 93rd when you wore a red flag talking about what's popping. So we're not going to stop doing this fake narratives, or other fake narratives that, yo, that's my homie though, he Crip, he cool. That's a jail relationship. But in these streets, there's a generation of gang banging. See, about cut somebody and go to the box and you move around. Dudes was getting shot at. My man Faces came home. Went over my home in Albany, New York, a bunch of big Crips, right? Now check it.
Yeah.
Now the Schenectady shit is even crazy. You had the homie that was fucking with the Crips on Craig Street. He in the park. Who with the Crip niggas allegedly? One day, the homie decides to walk through the park. The Crips killed the nigga, allegedly.
Shit crazy.
That's how bad the banging was. Shout out to my man G and them, man. Shout out to Killer B and them niggas out there in Schenectady. Gotti and them niggas, man. Low and them niggas I was putting on for the town, man. That jail name shit don't mean nothing to me because in jail, that's some jail shit. Because everybody's gonna get sensitive. Yo, Zeke don't give a fuck. No, nigga. Because while you niggas is making peace with niggas in the box, we was shooting at niggas in the box, nigga. You hear me?
Facts.
Now he's coming home the king of New York. How does Blue Boy come home the king of New York? It's a question by heart.
That's it. Facts.
He's getting the red carpet. Why? Because he's an old jail nigga that picked the flag up.
That's a fact.
So now, the reason what I'm saying is, I have nothing against him. I could give a fuck about him. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about him. But what I'm saying, when it comes to this gang culture, oh, I forgot, China, because I didn't do 20 years. What I say don't matter. That's what it is. Oh, you ain't doing enough time, Zeke. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Zeke, y'all niggas don't know nobody. Nobody knows you. I go into these niggas' archives, and I try with them. Only like 2% was really about something before they went to jail. What was you doing before you went to jail? Nah, snatch pocketbooks. Yo, I was fucked up. I was getting high. I go, oh. So then he came somebody in jail. I get it. But don't create these narratives of what's real and what's fake, bro. So you telling me that side bike work that he put in being Crip, it's less than with Blue Boy, who never really put no blood in Crip boy. He just was an old nigga. What old niggas do, manipulate the masses.
But look
Let
at
me tell you, so I ask you a question. You think them niggas would look at him as he was Crip, bro? Beyond, keep it 100 with me.
You said what? Say that again.
Do you really believe that those niggas looked at him when he came to a jail like that's the big Crip? Niggas probably just be laughing like, look at this nigga here. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
See, with the Crips, as far as what I feel what the Crips did, they used the Blue Boy name to get in the door.
Yeah. Because he was cool with everybody.
Because Blue Boy, he was cool, he was, and the crazy part, he was basically cool with all the blood ops. Anybody who went against blood, he was cool with. Randy Love. Just look at the names. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, why the homies is riding this nigga? And this nigga was against, and he had people around him who was against all our ops. Everybody who Bloods disliked it, those was Blue Boy ops. I mean, those was Blue Boy people. So it gave the Crips like, fuck it, we against Bloods. They shooting us. Let Blue Boy hold the torch, and he gonna get us in the door. Now you got people like Randy Love. When Crips come through, they let Crips live. You know what I'm saying?
Because, and you know what's funny? Randy Love he's from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Oldie from my hood, right? So when you did your show, not with that part, right? Because what happens now is, and anything else that was said, it really doesn't matter to me because there's a kid called Charlie C who put on social media that he shot Ty Guns. I don't want to hear that. So Ty Guns conversation it's supposed to start from Charlie C, who's a baby in my neighborhood, who says that he shot Ty Guns. We're not talking about, that's what I said, we're not talking about the blood shit, and leaving the blood shit alone because we're not talking about Charlie C, who said that he
You talking about last night conversation.
Nah. I don't care about last night conversation. What I'm saying is, I seen something, and when I seen that, I'm like, wait a minute. Charlie C said a couple of weeks ago in his massa, right? He shot Ty Guns. You know what I'm saying? So when he says that he shot Ty Guns, there's not a conversation that
You
we
want
all
to
should
know
be having.
something? And that right there is great content you just said, right?
Charlie C this a
Like
couple
like
weeks ago.
like I'm gonna let you know something. I don't want to bring this type of content on your platform because you know how radical I am. So it's up to
Yeah.
you if you want me to bring this
We
up.
gotta be radical. Be radical.
All right,
That's why I said we gotta stay on the blue boy shit. I just
all right,
brought because I seen something and I
all right.
just
My
want to
thing,
say
but
that
you brung up Ty Guns.
with the Charlie C shit. Yeah.
All right, yesterday I brought up an incident that happened in
Oh,
prison
okay.
with me and Ty Guns
In the spot.
in the spot. You know what I'm saying? People spent their own narrative with that to what they feel that fit them, which I respected. You know, a lot of platforms spin it up to make it look good on their own behalf. So I respect that yesterday. My thing was, like you said, y'all, they criticized me for saying I was with Ty Guns, and Ty Guns was like, yo, chill, fall back, boom, boom. When we get where we gotta go, we're gonna blow the spot. We're gonna blow the jail, which was something that was going on back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And Cameron explained this, but dudes is so stupid. They into the time frame when it had, but either or, I don't care about that. My thing was that Charlie C,
On the massive.
Charlie C came and told everybody he was the one who shot Ty Guns.
I ain't
Why
seen that
nobody?
before.
Why nobody
That's
brought
the thing.
content on that? Why nobody spoke on that yesterday? I'm just saying they spoke on China talking about what when I was with Ty Guns, what happened. But why nobody spoke? See, this is the thing. People choose to speak on what they want to speak on instead of speaking on facts.
Charlie C. Now I'm gonna tell you about Charlie C. Charlie C's from my neighborhood, right? I knew him when he was a little kid. I know his mother. I know his father. I know I could be on First Avenue. I watched him grow up. His only real beef in jail is not that he shot Ty Guns though. It's because he was claiming Mac Bull.
No, this what happened. I'm gonna
His
tell
issue
you.
was, you know what I'm
This
saying?
what happened. Hello, and I'm gonna make content today on this, right? But I'm gonna bring it up here. Charlie C wanted his own hood.
Talk about it.
He wanted his own hood. I think it was Get Money Ballers.
Get money ballers fast.
Yeah, he wanted his own hood.
You know what I'm saying?
He wanted his own hood. He was around Ty Guns. At the time, everybody don't know, is a stone wall. They trying to kick Ty Guns out the whip. A villain. They trying to kick him out the whip. Hello, don't like Ty Guns. Everybody know that.
That's a letter of him saying that. He said the massive. He said the massive. So what you're saying is not freestyle.
It's not freestyle.
That's the letter that he wrote.
Listen, and my thing is that dudes try to paint the narratives and not even in full contact with niggas. Don't even know what's going on. Niggas don't even be knowing what's going on. But my thing is, iPhone, Duke, what's name was near him, and that's the only way LO could touch Boy. And Boy shot him and got his own situation.
He lied to him. He did what most niggas do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about this is that there's receipts on that because Charlie C put that out there. Now, the thing why I brought that, we going back to my Crip shit, is because the uproar should have been, how did this little nigga, not old nigga, shoot an OG nigga, and his beef isn't because of the old nigga. His beef is because what he's doing now. You hear me? He don't have a, yo, you shot the OG nigga, and now you a plate. He don't look at himself as a plate because he shot the guy. That's the question. Now, when it goes to everything else that's going left and going sideways, it's like, wait a minute. Have a conversation because I'm saying F Blue Boy. So now I'm gonna go back to the Crips. Because you know why? If y'all want to make content, anybody, talk about Charlie C. Charlie C says that he shot
basically.
And he's
basically,
saying he ain't got no smoke with no villains in his head or no stones over shooting Ty guns.
he don't got no problems. No
His
problems. He's
issue is
great.
with Larry
He's
Yo
great
and
right
him
now.
trying to still be Mac Baller in that state.
He's great right now. Ain't nobody
That's
touch
his
Charlie
story.
C. He's great right now.
They shows on Charlie C shooting an OG and other OGs that's in the state that's still verified, that's not putting the missile on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
These niggas is crazy.
That's the question. You know what I'm saying? But everybody gonna say, yo, niggas is this, niggas is that. No, let's deal with it. A young boy came online and said he shot the guy. You know what I mean? He took credit. Yo, I shot him, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this is, man. I don't know why he, you know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing.
Go ahead, yo. Yeah. Okay, I gotta call you back, cuz. I gotta call you back, cuz. All right. That was my cousin. But so now we're going back to our Crips. Leave the blood section alone. Shout out to Charlie C. I hope all's going well for Ty Guns. But we have to touch on that. Let's make videos about Charlie C. How dare a young nigga shoot an old nigga and none of you old nigga status is getting the nigga hit. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He said,
You wanna know something? You want
put on. Huh?
you wanna know something? Like I was watching the show yesterday, and you had some of the most dumbest niggas up there.
What show? I wouldn't know. I see a title. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch that stuff.
Nah. What I'm saying is the
it.
story was about the story.
I watched that.
Yeah. The story was about Ty Guns though. In the
Oh,
story.
okay, yeah, because that's what I seen. But I've been getting hit with Ty Gun stories. I seen
And-
that part. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into that.
People see motherfuckers always route. Oh yeah, this nigga is real. This niggas suck other people dick so much that it becomes out of reality. Like there's nobody on earth who is immortal, who can't get touched.
Anybody get touched, man.
Everybody is the realest nigga until they find out they did some fake shit. Now,
look how many times, no disrespect, how many times Larry Yo been cut?
Basically,
you know what I'm saying?
How many?
You know what
Niggas act like Lacey never had a
nobody
fight
had
or got
emotion.
beat up.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things, but my thing is that if you put in the work, I can never take nothing from Ty Guns.
Yeah, he put in mad work. You didn't think he is, man.
I seen boy put in work. And one thing yesterday the dude said, G Money. See, dudes just said, I said Clinton, right? If you look at the story, they said Clinton. What the dude was saying with G Money was facts. We was all in Clinton annex, nigga, when that shit. Then I moved to Clinton. We was going at it with the motherfucking Muslims. That's when a Muslim nigga got hit in his face with the nigga almost died. He got hit in his face with the weight.
Yeah.
But I don't have to correct nothing for these dumbass niggas.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But you know,
go ahead.
And this is why I'm happy that I have you here, because one of the best, like I know people might, because we're not, this is a direct situation. The main show you did was about Blue Boy. So how out of everything that you like there's no way, that's why I can't look at what the story was about. How this Crip, how we got blood OGs that's solidifying this Crip nigga, when you got Crip niggas coming on platforms solidifying this Crip nigga. I see 6 Crip niggas go, yo, I'm with Bobby Smurder.
I'm starting to realize, and it ain't, I'm gonna be honest, it ain't the new era, it ain't, it's these blood niggas who've been faded. So what they do is they just paint dirt on blood. Once you fade it and you out the whip, it's like you become an op. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna yeah, they hurt. It's like a scorned bitch. It's like a scorned bitch. You done did a filthy. So when you talk to other people about it, what you gonna say? You ain't gonna say nothing good. So this is what's going on right now. Niggas pick and choose who to talk good about. You know what I'm saying? They talk good about people they was around that they know.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, Mo, I like what Mo said, but we're dealing with a story, right? So now it's like this. So there's a war going on. I'm not trying to go to the box. Everybody, and y'all know you're all been in situations like that where your son, before we put on, let's get low. So y'all take low ride as a nigga coming to the joint talking about, yo, I'm not home. Nobody's saying that.
I never said boy low ride.
No, low riding is when you pull up to the joint.
Low rider is when you come through and niggas and niggas don't know what you are. Niggas knew Top, G Money. Niggas knew niggas was blood. But to the point, one thing about me, right? And Cam said that. Hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I was a
It's the hurricane in Florida right now.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Nah, niggas trying to call me. Anytime I get on live, everybody want to call.
Yeah, sir.
That
because I know what low riding is. The true definition of low riding. We come from that generation. I don't know what a lot of you other guys think. When I go to a jail and trying to pull me up, come to the yard, right? And I go, Zeke, are you Crip? I go, nah, I'm not Crip. And I'm going to roster services, my nigga. You hear me?
Facts.
Or I'm going to Muslim services. That's low riding. There's nothing in the side of low riding. Low riding is, I don't bang bang. How can a gun to go to a jail and say, I'm not blood?
Yeah, everybody knew he was blood.
Think about what I just said.
Dumbass niggas.
You know what I'm saying? He just trying to act like he's active. Now,
what we was doing was, see, when I came there, niggas said 2000. I came there, the early 99. My fucking number is a 9999A 42, some crazy shit like that. My first number. But anyway, I came there, like I said. The first thing niggas was like, because I was all the way bugged the fuck out. I just came out of DFY. Some shit called Harlem Valley, McCormick, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already did the G home thing. You was already going through.
Basically, niggas.
So wait a minute, hold on, China. So you had ops before you got to the 4 building.
Say that again.
So you basically had jail ops before you got to the 4 building. By the time you got to C-74, there was 30 niggas you done beat the fuck up on. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, my thing. See, I didn't remember. I went from DFY when I came home. When I came home, I went to Rikers Island, and then that's when I had mad drama on Rikers Island for the shit that I was doing in prison. My years in prison, I did close to. I got locked up when I was 14, and I got locked up when I was 14. I came home around 20.
So what you did at a point, they essentially up north, they gave you a DIN number.
No, what I started off in Sparford. You know how you young, you go to Sparford. Yes. From Sparford, they send me to some shit called McCormick.
Yeah, I heard about McCormick.
From McCormick, they was just ping-ponging me to Goshen as I get older. McCormick, Harlem Valley.
Yeah.
And these was they like regular jails, but they like maximum for grown-ups. And then after that, once I turned 18, you know what I'm saying? Cause at that time I cut a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
when I turned blood. I cut a nigga. They sent me straight to downstate. That's when I met L.O. This is 1999, nigga.
You was young.
I was young. I was 18 years old. And then from there, like I said, they sent me to Clinton. Now, I don't know what they call. It's two sides of Clinton. They got Clinton the annex, Clinton the main.
Clinton the main, yeah.
Basically, because of my age, and they wanted me to start off. They sent me to I think it was the annex side. and then we had a war in there, which
Yes.
the guy was right, because G Money was there with me. You know what I'm saying? And just to let them know, I was the reason the war started in that shit.
And Clinton? Yeah, you
Yeah, I
young.
was the reason the war
Yeah,
started.
you was you young.
Nah.
Y'all still fighting Kings. Hold on. Y'all still
Nah.
fighting Kings in that time back then?
Huh?
Was y'all still fighting Latin King? Y'all still fighting Kings, right? Was it
No,
Crips?
we had it was a war with the Muslims.
What
What happened was, this is facts. What happened was, one of the Muslim niggas on the island, he wasn't Muslim, he was blood. He shot one of the other homies. I forgot the other homies. One of the big fools at that time, he shot him. So now he pull up. The nigga on my house, it was a house called 42 and 40, I think it's 41 or 42 in the annex. It was like a dormitory area. So the homies told me, the homies was like, yo, you got an op on your area, homie. So you better watch out. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was, I wait till the nigga was laying in his bed. I hit the nigga, regular shit. The nigga mad big. So
Yeah.
I put a couple of, Jack Max and shit. I hit the nigga in his bed and I blew ass. I ran, nigga. I'm not letting this nigga catch me. I bust him upside his shit and he chased me through the door. I'm 18. This nigga like 40 something, homie. Nigga, a grown ass nigga.
Allahu Akbar.
You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real. After that, yo, the nigga don't get locked up. The nigga don't get caught. So they take me because they see me in the middle of the night running through the aisles. They take me. He get to go to the yard and a war broke out. A big ass war broke out.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny, man, is that, a lot of you guys that was in the state, in the prisons, in the streets, while y'all was fighting one war, we was fighting another war coming to that time, like 2000, 2001. Depending on where you was at. I was upstate New York, about to come to East Harlem. Where I'm at, there's not a bunch of Crips that you go to like 118 further uptown. But Brooklyn was cripped out. Like that folk shit been in Brooklyn since the 90s, my nigga. That GD shit was heavy. So it was like definitely Brownsville, Montgomery Village, River Towers, AB. That's when the ABG shit was crazy. So now we're bringing it back to that era. Now think about this. While you and the nigga a dirty arc in their head with a barbell, you know what I'm saying, Yemi? We are tossing C's down in the club. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? While y'all niggas going gun for gun with the ox, there's niggas that was throwing blue flags on that we just started running down on, bro.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's why when you made the show, I tuned in, because a lot of other Crips don't get the accolades. It's just like, yo, I'm gonna lie to you. Definitely Fly Mac, I respect it, but he got to answer his phone. So I'm not gonna wait. I'm sick right now. I am sick, so I'm not gonna waste my time being up for somebody who doesn't want to answer his phone. I don't got.
Who's supposed to?
D.Chamberz, but we used to do it earlier, but he was like, yo, I just got up, so I'm not gonna do it at 12. But in the Midwest, maybe 12 o'clock is his time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad, but it's like, okay, all right, this is what I really want to do. I really want to do, you know what I'm saying, the site bike, because that was more important, because you brought that conversation up yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Psych bike don't get the credibility.
You don't get the credibility.
He don't get it.
Sally Matthews by Beacon Avenue. I'm a hard nigga, and I actually seen the influence of Crip he had. Those Crips over there, they respect Sight Bike. You know what I'm saying? And that's like Brownsville, go for Beacon Avenue, all that shit by Livonia, all that shit. Them side blocks, those shit just cripped out. Now y'all won't believe us. Shout out to Smitty Brim, but those areas are. You know what? Big Dice, pull up, Big Dice. Let's get Big Dice up here. You know what I'm saying? And ChynaBrim, you know. That's what I said. We're gonna talk about Ty Guns. Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about how he got cut. No disrespect, by Charlie C. Charlie C. does not feel he's an op of any old Bloods. You know what I'm saying? That's still relevant in Bloods. He's not saying that. He's saying his beef. He got now is because what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He's not
Fact.
saying, yo, the UBS they fly the flag on me or such and such. So I don't know if Ty Guns the love that he's supposed to get from a bunch of old from the OGs. That's
Yo. If Ty Guns was so loved, shout out to Ty Guns, man.
Shout out to Ty
Respectfully.
Guns, man.
If he was so loved,
Salute.
listen. What up, brother? If he was so loved and everything, like how people making it look like, you know what I'm saying? Where the branch offs come from? I was with what's the Jamaican brother? He had the rock stars or whatever, the Jamaican nigga. What's his name? Ching Chuck. I keep on forgetting his name. He was a big homie at I don't know if he's still, but he had the rock stars. He was shooting at Ty Guns disrespectfully. He didn't like no villains. No villains. Why niggas don't talk about that? He was in Auburn for a minute.
And that's why I said when they speak about it now, unless I speak about it then, because now it's a different world. Now it's a different conversation. And some people go, yo, well, how dare y'all? Okay, I didn't do 20 years in state, right? Yo, you're not saying this in the yard. But it's about these new niggas that's coming up north, right? Let me tell you something. That's like hearing a young Italian nigga going up north punching one of them Omar niggas in the mouth. Not a black person punching John Gotti in the face. A young Italian nigga putting their hands on John Gotti. It's a different conversation. So what I'm saying is, the work we put together, distracted with just talking about bloodshed, right? But the work you put together had more substance to it. You know why? Because Sight is somebody that's in the yard that's got a gun. Sight had beef with the Brims allegedly. Imagine every jail you go to, this is the hottest set out. Now, Brims was in a situation where they had allegedly success behind him. So now you go to this jail, it's just not the max, it's these niggas, dumb niggas. Blue Boy never had to go do that. Now you see what I'm saying? Blue Boy's the old jail nigga. He's cool with the rat hunters. He's cool with the Muslim niggas. He's cool with the. So he go to the yard like I told you. He an old nigga, so I laugh at that.
But who Blue Boy disliked? Who disliked the Blue Boy the most out of anybody in prison?
Oh, well, your niggas dislike
the blood niggas. Thank you. So why is blood niggas out here sucking his dick?
That conversation, I don't know.
Thank you.
His name.
That's what it boils down to.
Because he has a famous name that's not Crip. No, I think it is.
I respect Blue Boy. I respect Blue Boy when the Crip is out of it. When it's just an OG.
One time, I just showed I commented, and he said a lot of niggas is fans of niggas' names.
That's like you hit it. You hit it on the button.
It's the name.
You hit it. It's the name.
So when that Blue Boy was Crip, Blue Boy has a jail name. No, I'm saying, I mean, he's a legend there. Been in jail for 20 years. He done chased niggas around. He was around. Mother Dare was around, my nigga. Like he can give you a Mother Dare conversation.
Yo, I want to ask you something, right?
How can you,
Z? How can you love something or try to how can I say try to fuck with something that don't like nothing you involved in?
That's a fact.
Like Blue Boy don't like, he hated Bloods. He even said it. So why would I be up on a platform with, I give a nigga respect if he put on. Psychbite didn't like Bloods. All these niggas don't like Bloods. That's why they on the opposite side. But my thing is that at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be screaming out Psychbite and yeah, that's my man and Holly. I was with Shadow on the same house, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I knew Shadow was when I was with him, he was Muslim. He was saying he was a Crip. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that, yo. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna come home and say, yeah, I was with Shadow. Shout out to Blue Boy and all these. Them niggas is blood haters. Them niggas against everything that I represent, homie. So why would I be sucking these niggas' dicks? It just that make you to a real nigga. That make you look like a clown, homie.
Yeah, you know what happens, man? You know what happens? To be honest with you, you got dudes, right? And they probably looking at this going, see, yo, it's Mikey B's in the building. You want to pull up Mikey B, you can pull up. This is the conversation we need to have because I'm saying this.
Man, I'm not pulling up with that nigga. Niggas put up false narrative. I don't want that nigga up here. If anything gotta come out, I don't want to.
So the thing that's crazy, right? Big thanks. I'm gonna ask you. Definitely shout out to my guy from Queens. So I'm saying shout out to GM family. Big thanks. I want to ask you a question. This is just do you believe? Because our generation was sort of twisted. Do people become fans of certain people's images, and you can't tell them nothing about that image?
Of course, because that's how we came outside, trying to emulate the gangsters that we saw.
Basically.
And so
there was a lot of gangsters. It was a lot of gangsters, quote unquote. It was a lot of gangsters, quote unquote, that I feel as though I had to meet in Brooklyn. Just because their names came up.
Yes.
You understand? And unfortunately, that's just the truth. But as far as that Blue Boy situation, I don't know Blue Boy. I've heard of him. I don't understand that.
Heard about it.
I don't understand because from what I've heard, he just one day said he was Crip and they jacked it.
That's a story they got. That's the story that's out there. Now they put out.
He could come up. He could come up. He could come like this ain't my platform. And you'll know something is my fault for even saying that. If he feel he want to pull up, he can pull up and we can talk up here. I don't care.
There's this thing about really the Crips. You just have to bring the whole Charlie C thing up so people get it straight that Charlie C in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But we're going back to Jonathan Bonaparte, Malcolm. Because what happens now is people are arguing with you. Like good example. People are arguing with me about Alpo because they've been fans of Alpo since we was young. Okay, fuck that, under that, because they was fans of his image. I'm gonna tell you something.
And Zeke, don't let me cut you off. Hold on, Zeke. Hold on, Zeke. Just for you saying that right now, Zeke. Just for you saying that right now. And that's how me and Zeke used to be beefing about Demencio and Rumble and shit like that. You heard what he said? It's so many people that heard the story of Pope. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was in the Fort Apache and in Marty's on Utica Avenue when Pope was on Utica Avenue. But people don't understand, like when they say it to me, unfortunately, the day they say he died, I got the phone call down here. And unfortunately, people don't know the relationship I had with Demencio. That shit, that's not something that I heard about or some dude I heard about. That was my man. So it's going to affect people differently. If I didn't know Demencio, on the strip of Brooklyn, I'd still be going hard. But I love Demencio, my nigga.
Yes.
Like that was my man. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
But you're right. I done grew up emulating, like I said, before I knew about, like, I ain't gonna front. When I was coming up, you know who I wanted to be like? Guy Fisher. Huh? I wanted to be like Guy Fisher.
See?
But I want to ask you
because
something.
He was one of the most stand-up dudes I think I ever heard talk about.
Yes. It was popping. Southern Bell was popping.
What you saying, though, China? Talk to me.
I want to ask you something. Anybody who you represent yourself as a man, anybody who you represent as yourself as a man, right? Do they go against anything that you represent in life?
Nah, they can't.
Nah. You're not supposed to.
Now
that's just like he said.
Now, what's going on is nowadays, you got dudes representing people that go against everything that you represent just cause a fucking name.
What's funny, man? You know what?
Yo, you know what hurt me the most? I'm gonna keep it real, and this the first time I'm gonna say this. And on Zeke Black, I never said this on nobody else's platform, right?
Ciao.
The day when niggas made my homie, and I'm not gonna say he wanted to do it, but it was the pressure. Not saying he pussy, not saying he had the right to not do it, but just because of the peace treating, niggas made my nigga bow down, homie, to this nigga. And that shit hurted me, homie, that day. You can see by that video, I'm talking about Disco Baller. Niggas made Disco Baller look bad to a op, nigga, to somebody who was not. Now, I can see if it was one of ours.
That's right.
That Disco did something. Yeah, nigga, if I feel away, you can suck my dick, nigga.
That's a fact.
And I'ma stand on that. But when I see niggas really stand there and didn't see that they just gave a nigga so much power, nigga, we was gang members, nigga. Some of us still is gang members. There's no reason that you supposed to have Disco stand on that motherfucking platform.
That's a fact.
And tell another man, I apologize for what I said to you. And that shit hurted me bad when I seen that. I would prefer Disco to say that to one of us before he said that to that motherfucker. And I don't care if he a Crip. To me, in my eyes, nigga, you a fucking Latin king, nigga. You gotta earn that respect from us, motherfucker. You haven't earned that. You a blood hater. So why would you have a nigga who done put in so much work in prison? These niggas fucking chatting, yeah, blue boy, yeah, blue boy, yeah, blue boy. But you had a nigga who put in so much work for a nation, for a black nation. Even if blood niggas is so foul, even if Disco done did things in the past, at the end of the day, we still sit on being black. That's my fucking brother.
That's a fact.
And then the crazy part, Blue Boy never said he fuck with bloods, he loved bloods or looked out for bloods.
That's right.
Everybody know he's a blood hater. So why would y'all even let the brother bring himself so low to tell another fucking killer? Nigga killed the black man. Nigga killed Larry Davis, nigga. Not saying, not saying I'm justifying it or anything, but he never did. Nigga, he just as ruthless as any one of us is. He a street nigga, a jail nigga.
That's a question that I don't know how he brought Larry Davis up. Was Larry Davis really loved up north by us? Or did Larry Davis have a lot of people that really wasn't jacking him? Because I ain't gonna fight. They said when after the situation, somebody gave Blue Boy a pass, like, nah, don't worry about it. To my knowledge, Larry Davis was Muslim. Sunni Muslim, right?
Yes, Larry Davis was Muslim. Yeah.
So the Marsh Jid, if anybody else, they were supposed to go, yo, touch you. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They decided whoever was the strongest imam went to whatever he had to do, and they let that go. Like,
when I first heard about the situation, when I heard Larry got killed, I really thought the whole jail system was gonna be shut down over that shit.
You're supposed to. He's in jail for the cause.
It didn't.
It's supposed to.
I thought that shit was gonna start some shit.
So you telling me
no matter if he was right or wrong or protecting the mook like they, I don't give like they say. That's when I thought it was really gonna go down.
Listen. It's all rumors.
Nice.
Dudes don't know if that nigga was fucking with a mook.
Exactly.
It's all rumors, homie.
Yeah.
Yes. The mook thing, that's the loophole.
No, they said he was protected. Holding the mook down. Not fucking with him.
Most niggas do that. He ain't the only one that do that. You got blood niggas that hold mook down at the back.
All right, I want to ask y'all something. I want to ask y'all something. Right?
You know what I'm saying? That's something that happens.
Yo, you hear me?
The back.
Let's just say this, right? They said Larry Davis was protecting the mook. Paws was fucking the mook, and he was blood. Paws was fucking a mook, and none of these niggas said nothing to Paws. and Pause was blood.
China,
It
you
doesn't
know, but you
matter.
gotta
It
understand,
doesn't
China.
listen. It doesn't matter if you fall back from being blood.
That's
At
right.
the end of the day, people still look at you as a blood.
That's a
And
fact.
these niggas never put a finger on Pause. When Pause went to that table and said, from this day on, I'm not blood and I'm gonna fuck that gay nigga over there, why nobody never touched him? Why nobody ain't speaking on that? Why none of the homies ain't speaking on, I ain't gonna front, nigga, Pause, dropped the bang on the table and said, I'm gonna start fuck. Why nobody never shot Pause? Why niggas was still big homies was jacking Pause on the same facility, on the same, just think about this.
He's an Auburn.
Listen, if that was one of us, if Pause was one of us, I know niggas just like Pause right now who dropped their flag and they getting shot to this day, wherever they go.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So
I heard he got married in New York. Is that true? Did the boys really get married in New York? I heard he got married in New York. He finally dropped his flag and had a wedding. So I'm saying, y'all didn't see these Tennessees before this happened? Mind you, listen. It's not that we're saying Pause, right? Yo, he official. If he see you, he will do this to you. It's about, this is a nigga that was calling shots in the yard. How many other dudes got hit because they had gay allegations that he sat around and was like, yeah, get the nigga, how do you fuck with Moose? All in all, you fuck with Moose. Emotional in your relationship comes out, the true you come out. So I was like, yo, I can't be blood no more. But how many niggas in the maximum prisons got accused of mook play? How many conversations he was in? He said, yeah, son, shoot, son, you fuck with the mooks. That's what I mean.
Thank you. Where the energy at? What was the energy towards Paul? Oh, niggas is picking.
That's why niggas there's a difference between the streets and jail. See the streets, the guys come to me, yo, Z, so man, what's going on? I see the nigga come up to the police station the other day. I think he telling, I'm gonna spin the block. Yo, son, you was at the 23rd yesterday? Yeah. He lied to me, like, nah, that wasn't me. We ain't fucking with that nigga no more. Why? Yo, Dice, he the nigga on 102nd Street, my nigga. He cheat nigga out the station, my nigga. See, jail niggas play his game. It's a likable game. Nah, my man, give him a chance. Not saying it's just that's what it is. Because there's still in all, you can't mention. So she's telling me Hollywood, who actually in the yard, going with the homies, fighting in this block, he don't get these accolades. He don't get the yo. Now that's a real nigga too. Why he get the red carpet? Okay, no nigga might say, well, side bike went bad. He's at the suit of jail. Oh, he got us in jail for trying to prosecute. Maybe. How about Hollywood? What did Hollywood do wrong?
Yeah.
Let's stop looking for the technicalities. Hollywood stood tall.
That's right.
But what happens then? Nah, because Hollywood was embarrassing niggas. You wanna know why? Because he was coming to the yard. Hollywood was coming outside. I seen Hollywood, bro. Best side, Bainbridge, Market Boulevard. That's Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? Best side, right?
Yeah. Right by Jackie Robinson.
Father's Day cookout. How the block is lit. Bed-Stuy, shout out to my man Miami Moon and them niggas.
Ammo. Shout out to Ammo.
He pulled up. Son pulled up. Him and some folk niggas from Garvey. All those bloodies just showing me love in that building, bro. I was there at the cookout, like, oh shit. They said, niggas is starstruck. Hey, Hollywood, the boxing nigga.
Yeah.
He pulled up. The niggas like, yo, what's up? I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, son, he official. He a Brooklyn nigga, son. And that's a nigga who should get his accolades because he was really being Crip. There wasn't no old jail nigga and he ain't got nothing to do with the now.
Yeah.
Hollywood is with the now, bro. Think about when you're dead, because y'all from Brooklyn, right? What borough had the worst blood and Crip war? out of any 5 boroughs, what borough had the worst?
I say Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Because I remember when Albany and Kingsborough. I remember Albany and Kingsborough was going at it real bad, man.
The third war, born in them niggas. But I heard the third war, nigga.
Yeah.
That was cripped out. The third war, the third, and all that shit was cripped out.
Yeah, the middle of Kingsborough is Crip, and the first to the fifth. Yeah, that's dangerous, man.
Listen, somebody's gonna go, yeah, second war first, the third one had the Bloods, the second war had the Crips. Nigga, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? That was Crips in Kingsborough, nigga.
Yeah.
You're going at it with them niggas in Albany Projects, man.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the dog pound, nigga. The
Shout
pound,
out to
bro.
the other nigga don't get any accolades too. Shout out to the Tony Rock'n'Rooney. He put on for that BSB shit in the streets, bro. You know what I mean?
When Syke was in the street, I thought Syke was a lowlife.
Yo, I say Syke.
Syke used to be running with Ralph and them on
Livonia, all that Livonia. Yo, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I thought he was a lowlife. And then they was like Syke, and then I see the I said, that's little Syke. They was like, yeah, he Crip, he bugging. I'm like, oh, I ain't know. I thought he was a lowlife.
Now we have the Brooklyn conversation. We're talking about from Livonia and what's that? It's Garvey, it's Whistle, next block, all the side blocks. You're talking about Livonia, the L, going towards Sutter Ave, nigga. I'm not even a Brooklyn nigga. That shit is cripped out.
Dangerous.
Man, low lives over there.
Yeah, Marcus Garvey and all that. Shout out to Heck and all of them. Shout out to Thurston Howell and all of them. Shout out to Mark and all of them.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. That's that, because originally people say that's where the low lives started in golf.
Shout out Rudy too. They don't be giving Rudy low. Shout out to Rudy, man.
So before we pull out the carpet for niggas who joined our culture, niggas that been in the culture.
That's
now
right.
listen, I'm in the Brooklyn, Bessie Head Pool and all that.
Right.
No, so a nigga gotta be sitting there going, how the fuck does he know all this Brooklyn shit?
That's a fact. That's what told me in, like, he knows too much Brooklyn shit.
And that's why I know. When the nigga sit and tell you about some jail shit though, nah, I'm from over there, nigga. Your mother lived over there, nigga. You ain't live over there, my nigga.
That's a fact.
I just broke the block down to you, my nigga. By the time you get to Sutter, a lot of niggas don't even know that there was a bad cases. Like niggas about the GD shit. That shit been in New York, nigga. Been here. You can go to Livonia and Rockaway. I swear to God, that corner store. You know what I'm talking about?
By Bristol and Blake. Yeah, the GD's over there. Yeah.
By Newport. The homies though, but they was in the dig zone over Rockaway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Going towards Brookdale. Anything going from Rockaway, going towards the hospital, that shit is cripped out, my nigga. So think about how many niggas come on home blood getting their heads popped off. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Blood though? Utica Avenue?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, son.
I'm from 170 Utica Avenue. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm from the B46 bus stop, man.
We gotta have somebody jump on the panel and go, nah, they're not talking fast because they didn't have the right month. We're talking about a culture. More niggas died in the blood and Crip war in the 5 boroughs in Brooklyn. And per se, from East New York to Flatbush. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you want to hear something funny? A lot of my D.Chamberz compadres turn blood.
Yeah, that's it.
God bless their soul. God bless. Rest in peace, Saint. Yo, a lot of cats turn blood, and niggas didn't know they was originally D.Chamberz, bro.
Yeah. That's why.
That's why putting it on.
That's what I'm happy China pulled up, because you know I'm happy China pulled up for, because his show yesterday was based off of why does Blue Boy get all these accolades from his.
I'm in the chat all the time.
And I'm saying we're going into that content, which is.
And then a lot of niggas is stressing the Blue Boy name because of fear.
Basically.
Like niggas don't like, if he out there, he might do something. Man, let me tell you something, man. Every man bleed and die the same way. My nigga, it's God gonna choose when you gonna leave here, man.
Niggas,
I done been hit my stomach, stabbed in the face, all that shit. If God said you ain't going, man.
Yo,
we know how to move accordingly, all that shit. Matter of fact, yo, China, get my number from
I want to know something. I want y'all to tell me something, right?
China, listen to me. Get my number from Harlem ASAP. I'm gonna tell you something. Remember I told you I was in the town.
Yeah, facts.
I'm on Utica Avenue. Listen, and he probably watching right now. This is another situation how God. I'm on Utica Avenue, China. This is on my mother's life. I got back down here, Donnell, yesterday, right? This is the OG Donnell. Turn around, Donnell. Shout out to the OG Donnell. Yeah, we're in the South. I'm on St. John's in Sterling. I hear somebody scream out, "Who that, Dice?" Who else would it be? Who else would it be, my nigga? You dig what I'm saying? No parked up. I'm in the hood. Shout out to SG. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
He runs. He says to me, "Yo, I ain't seen you in a long time." I'm like, "Why? I'm just seeing you." Because when him and his brother first came home, shout out to Jonathan. They know who I'm talking to. When they came home, you dig? I'm like, "Why? I'm just seeing y'all." Niggas like, "Yo, niggas is making it seem like we had a problem, Dice." I'm like, "A problem?" Because I asked to see you. So I went into the fact of saying his government. Your mother used to buy sweet potato pies for my grandmother, man.
Yeah, my name was good. I'm saying, like,
hold up, and I hope he watching this respectfully. Like this me, Utica Park and Prospect. I'm the first one outside. You understand? So this is what he says to me. "Yo, I be seeing you on YouTube and all that. I seen you on there with the homies." The first thing he say is, "Yo, China, my man, but you know," like I said, "Check this out, my nigga. That ain't my politics."
I gotta give a shout out to my man Cash.
But this what I'm gonna do. The next time I see China,
Blue Boy, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get China my number, and me and China gonna talk, and you and China gonna talk, because that's my man and you my man. So all this other street shit, I said, my nigga, the same thing I tell niggas. I said, "You just came home from doing 12, boy. You standing right here on the same thing you was telling me. You original. He know who he is. My nigga started that HOB hop out boy shit. Shout my little niggas out.
That's
It's
right.
honor our brothers now, like he say. So if we really gonna honor our brothers like we say, we gonna talk like men. You dig what I'm saying?
We can't take away those that been cool with Blue Boys since before the gang culture, like Cash Blood of them niggas. They have relationships. They was relationships before Blue Boy put up a blue flag. So there's a lot of relationships that was built before this whole Crip thing that Blue Boy was doing. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of guys that's older, but they're putting the gang shit with this shit, but it doesn't make sense. My man Cash, him and Blue Boy went through some shit in swing, and Blue Boy basically with the Spanish niggas, he held Cash Blood down. Cash Blood, not Cash Brim from you know that set they was claiming.
I know what Cash you talking about.
You know what I'm saying? GKB, you know what I'm saying? The GKB from Queens, Southside. I love you, Cash. I got you. You well versed here. So Blue Boy held him down. Now, in this conversation, right? Now back in this conversation, we're speaking about New York and the clock, right? Now, like you said, China was locked. I was in the street. You was outside. We watched this shit change, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, E-Band Films is in the building. E-Band Films is in the building. I don't know how we, you know what I'm saying? Look, get your ass up here. That's me to get the fuck up here. So get your ass up here. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get a Flatbush nigga up here. Because I'm going to say Brooklyn niggas. You niggas yo, Crown Heights and Flatbush niggas is weird to me. It's all Toronto is all the same. Jamaicans, West Indians.
Shout out to the Heights.
Shout out to Crown Heights. Home of the most vicious fist fights. No guns. Like China said, no guns. Put them hands up and see what niggas still do, my nigga.
Beat you up quick fast.
Yo,
ain't nothing get beat up and smoke a split.
You blow dollars. That's what they blow. Yo, I ain't gonna front. I was with my peoples. Let's fuck with some chicks. I did how crazy is this? Fuck with some chicks in Kingsborough, but she lived on 95th and Lennox Road, my nigga. We go to the crib. I see 1,000 Crips across the street. I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Where we at?" I don't know. I'm exposed to them type of areas. He said, "Nah, this shit tripped out." What? You know what I'm saying? That shit was different for me because you don't see that shit in the East Coast. You see a bunch of Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, crackheads. There, you see niggas running around all the time.
Winthrop, the 50s, the 90s. Shout my niggas out. It's a different day today in Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah.
Brooklyn ain't what it used to be.
That's why when you have the blood and good conversation, you have to have it with Brooklyn niggas because in the street, y'all had the war. I could say, okay, niggas died in Bronx, niggas is dying now in Seven Side and all that, but back in the era, y'all was having drive-bys on bikes. Y'all started that stupid shit, that crazy shit. drive-bys on bikes. You Brooklyn niggas
shot
with
on
that bloody
motherfucking bikes.
Crip.
That's a fact.
I remember at one point in time, they said that got you. You know what I'm saying? So, my Smitty Blow dollars is in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Smitty Blow dollars is in the building. My Flatbush natives. Coming golden rice. Coming golden rice.
Salute.
Yo, salute. Zeke Black, salute.
Get on your Jamaican boy shit, man.
Yo,
What the
chill,
fuck's going on
you
with Flatbush,
wildin'.
nigga?
Yo, you wildin', man. Shout
Don't
out
let these
Flatbush,
niggas
though.
tell you, man. I'm trying to hold it down for Flatbush. These hype niggas is ganging up on me, man.
Shout out for Vanderbilt. I stayed in Vanderbilt for 2 years. Shout out Front Page. I stayed in
I'm from the
Vanderbilt. Shout out
Vid.
the whole Front Page.
I'm from the Vid side, but yeah, Crown Heights and Flatbush is like cousins, bro.
Right.
We like cousins, bro. We like,
That's right.
Yes.
like we did basically everything together. Played football, everything, basketball tournaments, everything.
Yes.
That's like Bed-Stuy to whoever they close to or whatever. But
see, y'all don't see nothing past Crown Heights, Flatbush. Best
yeah, we don't see nothing past that. The farthest Flatbush go to, we connected to Brownsville and we connected to Crown Heights.
Bushwick?
Yeah, playing ball. Boys and Girls High School, we used to have to fight. Boys and Girls High School versus Wingate.
Yes.
That was a rivalry. We had to fight every basketball game.
Oh, he said D.Chamberz.
Shout out to the whole Wingate.
Let's get D.Chamberz in here, man. He's in the building, man. D.Chamberz is in the building, man.
Who?
D.Chamberz.
Oh.
You want to talk about his rap? But this is a New York conversation. It's a New York conversation. Now, we have ChynaBrim and Dito. We got Big Dice here. So we got two Flatbush niggas. No, two Crown Heights niggas. I'm going to tell you about Crown Heights. All the Jews is at. Allegedly. I can't say the word no more, the fucking Kanye West. But these are the Jews is at. So I would see this. And then you go 2 blocks down and you see Megaton and what? They got weird names. Why I got Tong and Lang and shit. Like, what the fuck? But Tiger Tang got ties to East New York. These Jamaicans. So I would go over there and I noticed about these Jamaican niggas. These Jamaican niggas, I'm like, how the fuck is you Crip if you don't even like black people, my nigga? And they're like, what are you talking about, blood? You know, the boy, you know, the racist rants. You know what I'm saying? I tell you something, man. I learned a lot from them. One thing you learn about the Jamaicans is that those Jamaican niggas will not pick up. They use you to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? They do certain shit, though. You know what I'm saying?
But I must say this. Shout out to all my gully men from Schenectady and Sterling. Shout out to all my New Lots niggas. If you have a West Indian person or family in your background and in your circumference, as long as you do not show any signs of betrayal or disloyalty, they will ride with you to the end.
Right.
It's just very rare because, quote unquote, the fucked up wars that happened between West Indians and Americans, because, you know, when the Dreads came through, you know, with certain niggas that was getting money, when the Dreads came through, they came. Let me explain something to you, man.
That was the first war.
They just freed my nigga Eric Vasco from doing 33 years. They just freed Chinaman, nigga. I was on the block when Adam Walsh, when America's Most Wanted was on Schenectady and Sterling. They just freed Eric Vasco. Let me tell you something about them dudes. The notorious Gullyman. I did something on St. Last called the motherfucking Jamaican Carter in Brooklyn. If y'all ain't peeped that. Yo, them people love me to death.
Hold on. We got another Brooklyn nigga here. We got Heights in the building. We got Flatbush. We got Coney Island. My man D.Chamberz. The producer. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? Not changing the time. We're gonna get back there. What's going on, D.Chamberz? What's poppin', my nigga?
Everything's a blessing. What's good, man? You know what I mean?
How life is treating you, man. You know, the first time I seen your content, you showed love to my man. But I guess you've done things with Smack DVD. What was you doing with Smack?
Well, in the beginning of my career, my liaison was always into the rap scene at the time, fully in depth with the rap scene. I had like one or two freestyles or whatever, you know what I mean, off the Cut Master C, instrumentals and shit like that wasn't standing out.
Yeah.
My boy Liaison, at that time with Smack used to really like charge high, but he didn't charge my man Liaison. So he came out to Coney Island. And the day he came to Coney Island was the day before I had to turn myself in and go to jail. Like,
yeah.
So I told Smack, I said, get home, we're gonna link. Hopefully I have my shit together. And you know, we shot the video, and when I came home, Smack number, Cut Master C, Sycamore, and somebody else was like the only contact I had when I came home from music.
You sound a little static. I don't know if it's at the angle. I mean, y'all hear him clearly? Y'all hear him clearly? I don't give a fuck. Y'all hear him clearly?
Yeah, hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right.
Yeah. Clearly, because I know my side. I'm by the hospital.
Oh no, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned in. God, I'm tuned in. See?
All right, so came home in that 07, like top of 08. I had hit Smack up, and at that time, I think the DVDs wasn't out yet. It didn't go to URL yet. Still Smack. And my man G from downtown Brooklyn that used to had a bootleg spot. He always caught all of like the wholesale bootleggers. Smack just happened to walk in. I gave him, you know, took each other number and stuff like that. And at the video shoot, Liaison was doing again. He was like, "Yo, Chambers, I got you. Just give me a song, whatever." And at that time, same day, I just happened to meet Math in Don Julio's spot. We had a song called "More Shots." Do Math on him, and you know, shot the video. That's when he did the Soulja Boy thing, like Math was getting Soulja Boy. The song was called "More Shots." That was my first time with my own song. Wow. It was me, him, and Liaison. The original people was on the song was me, Liaison, Ready Rock. He had moved to ATL. He had left. By the time I came back to New York, came out of jail, I had moved. So Math got on there, and then, you know, Math was going at T-Rex. We were supporting Math the whole time, and I just stayed in that Smack culture till I figured out, you know, I really don't battle rap. I figure out how to get radio, stuff like that. I had to figure it out.
You started landing it, no doubt, no doubt. So
Smack always supported me.
Yo, Zeke, we digging pockets still, Zeke.
No, I see it. Hell yeah.
We still digging pockets, Zeke.
Hell yeah, hit them both. So I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? Bump them in the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just bullshit, son. I'm with y'all. I'm listening. I'm paying too. I'm tuned in.
Yeah, sir. So
yeah, Smack thing. That's, you know, he helped me propel my career, even though it was like very aggressive, very outdoorish and stuff like that. So I'll ask you a question. What's up?
When you begin to see like the algorithm in this music shit, like when it was a D.Chamberz demand, like, yo D, pull up over here, yo D, we need you over here, like what part of your career those calls start coming in?
Honestly speaking, I would say 2016, and that was after I did this song with Uncle Murder, Shake the Block. When I had the record Manola Road, when I had the song Shake the Block with Uncle Murder, and then when people really like they heard about me once I got on radios because I had the record on my 1-2 with Fred the Godson.
Yeah,
and Stealth was like the first one to play it, DJ Stealth. Then after that, like Shake the Block, that was so street and underground. It got me to like South by Southwest to where I was able to perform it.
Oh, that's dope. Now I heard about that.
Yeah, so after that, you know, Manola Rose had that song with me and him. I had to call all of my niggas, and that's when Manola Rose just signed the Rock Nation, like flexing stuff like that. So they was already booking Manola Rose, so they saw I had the record and I already had some steam with like Uncle Murder. This guy coming from that culture. That's when I started seeing my first little 150 to 400 to 6 to 1,000 consistently, like
that's dope.
You know, strip clubs, and shout out to all the promoters, but Pedro and DJ Grouch gave me my first $150. So I had that record, Shake the Block, at the time in a strip club. It really was
right. It was a strip club.
Yeah, that was a strip club joint. Yeah.
Yeah. So
my
that
boy, you might know a friend of mine. His name was DJ Suave. He DJed at these strip clubs, Puerto Rican kid.
Yeah, he was definitely one of those guys I would see in the spot. Him, Freedom.
I grew up with him from my project.
Yeah. So it was like from the trap house to like Lust and Love in Queens, just between that. Lust and Love in Brooklyn and like trap house. So I was just in between there. And that's what I was just doing for a lot of time until I figured out how to get to radio. So it was like, all right, you in the strip club scenes, how do you convert that to radio? And that's what, like, when I was seeing in like Lust and Love. And this is before he got big on Hot 90s. Crazy, because like people don't know, I met Drewski in like 011, 012. So like all I had to do was get my music to match the stuff to be radio friendly for it to get on.
Now it's funny because when I came home in 2011, I noticed that the strip club scene was turning like to me. Before I went, strip club was a strip. When I went to jail, it was a club called the Green was starting to pop up. You know what I'm saying? The Golden Lady was still open. Like the strip Rendezvous, the Sue's and all that shit was still.
I was in the Sue's too, like Sue's.
Those are different spots. And then it was like when I came home, to me the strip club was turning more into what Magic City is.
Nah, but see, like it's crazy because to me that was the easiest way to get to DJs. Because if you're not gonna stand in front of the building, that old Hot 97 tactic, standing in front of the building wasn't working. So you have to figure out where you could catch these DJs. And a lot of these DJs were in these strip clubs. And they was in Perfections. They was in Sue's Rendezvous. Yeah. I could name the shit that's like, it was levels of it. And they're like, I can honestly say, I was convinced once I saw like Meek Mills and Drake and Perfections at the same time. It was like the craziest shit I ever seen. And then you see like how one group went over there, they was throwing money, and then go over there. And I was like, yo, these people are really chasing the sound and the money. And this is before cameras putting it all in your face like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't put cameras in your face at that time. People was discreet about it.
Yeah. I remember a time when people really didn't like that. Hip hop was, because a lot of people was big on their privacy. So it wasn't like, I'll give you an example. When I went to I was following the Hard Knock Life tour. Don't ask me why, but I was following the Hard Knock Life tour with some people that were doing after parties. I noticed that nobody back then, there wasn't no flip phone to go, oh, let's record. You know what I'm saying? And had I ever, because it wasn't cool to record back then still. Like hip hop behind the scenes, you right, was still niggas is doing their street shit. Like, yo, don't record me, yo, what you doing? I don't think you had to have it back then. You really had to have a camera to record somebody. Like, it wasn't a phone.
Yeah, people wasn't really that photo friendly at that time.
Yeah, they really wasn't. They really like they take a picture with somebody on. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like I remember just doing that, like I said, on the life tour thing. I did an after party. I was with DMX and all of them. DMX, Jadakiss and all of them. And they actually mentioned it in the movie Backstage. You watch Backstage and you watch Dame Dash, and he's actually arguing about, yo, there's somebody following the after party. He's beat with Tone Capone, the promoter for Rockefeller. He's talking about my family following the tour. You know what I'm saying? But when that last performance in Buffalo,
slow, I'm back.
They made these definitely slow. So I understand that time. Still, you can't flip a camera out. And I remember, it's weird you said that because when I came home, that was new to me. Where you was able to, where the iPhone thing had everybody recording their mother. You know what I'm saying? And it was, you was able to get footage that cost thousands of dollars. So keep on talking, brother.
Remember, everybody still, people took pride in flip phones still. Like, they were like, I'm not getting that.
Blackberries.
Like, people took pride in flip phone. I'm lying. For real. That the stickers were still buying shit with the SIM card, y'all.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Yo.
I'm guilty, God.
Man, like, niggas used to have like $5.50. What was the razor? The thing in your pocket? Nobody wanted.
No, it's a bad shit.
when we bought the Android, bought it so we wouldn't FaceTime. You know what I mean? I'm buying it. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, and over time, it just showed you it didn't matter, and it was just elevating, and it was just, and we've seen how it went from the DVD era. How about if you really look at it, it went from like standing in front of the building freestyle era to DVD era to Spotify. So now it's stream, and now it's to
caffeine.
I got an old school story for you. The era that me and this old man grew up in, right? You know it was viral hip hop? I would go to your school and battle you, my nigga. Nobody talks about the high school rap battles. You had dudes that was kings of their school and rapping. When you really talk to Prodigy, you go, yo, what was you doing a lunchroom all day? We'll be battling all day.
Yo, I got a beautiful story to match some of this chaos, that people love to hear. At that time, early in my career, I wasn't always the rapper. I was the hustler. The one that get hated most. I probably
Brooklyn, you hustle too much.
Yeah,
yo, Dice.
Yo, Zeke, I'm gonna call up and give you the story because y'all was talking about battle rap.
Yes.
Everybody know me and the original Biggie Smalls went to Vanguard on Fulton.
Gee.
So listen to this. Now, shout out to all my niggas. Perry, they call him Light from Nostrand Avenue. Jermaine McCullen, the Super Job. We all battled. I burnt Biggie Smalls in the bathroom, bro.
Big Tech,
and we can talk about that.
That was the era we grew up in. That was the era we grew up in. Was that?
Because $500,000, God bless the dead, is my man, and we got a bunch of music on YouTube.
Man. Yo, there's a guy they talk about from East New York. He's a legend, but he passed away. I think they call him
Salute to you too, brother. Yo, time out 1 second. Salute to you, brother, because I always say, like, some of these great stories always get masked over. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not gonna say over popularity or, what's tradition. Sometimes it's good to hear type of stories. So the fact that you said that, you might get backlash for that, just for trying to keep it real. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a fact.
Sometimes guys need to hear, like, oh, well, yo, Dice, I didn't know that. But if you put it out there, be like, yo, it did happen.
It did happen.
See, if like I said, the guys that's familiar with me, everybody really know me from the St. Laz platform. I did the story about Rum, God bless the dead, my comrade. And I also did the story about the Brooklyn legend RoboCop, the great Shaun White that killed himself. You understand what I'm saying to you? I went to school with Biggie Smalls on Fulton Street. It was an alternative school event. Yo, it's a lot of dudes in the street. Like, shout out to you, D.Chamberz. I didn't see you. There's a lot of niggas in the street. That's nice.
Right.
But when Half went through the situation and Half died, that was it for me, man.
Right. So like I said, I wasn't always into music. I always was like the guy that was observing the music. Of course, just like every team, you get into stuff, you get into shit. You know what I mean? Back then, if you didn't get into nothing, you wasn't doing nothing. Back then, you just jumped and cut. Before all this shooting stuff, it was like regular fist fight, you jumped or cut. That was like the highlight.
That's it.
Of the day. Like, oh, something they cut such, like, damn. And then we wait to see what's going on. Nobody really glorified. I always glorified the hustlers. People that had, cars changed, parking, hopping out. I stood watching the hustlers, but I also realized attention, because, like, let's be real here. Back in the days, like, everybody loved the art culture, but people emulated the hustlers. They wanted that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, everybody had to be, whatever you did to get money. I did this new thing, I did whatever, blah, blah, blah. But at that time, it was a lot of misfortune. People mid-90s, early 2000s.
Great.
2000. Nobody really figured out how to get money until like this pandemic, bro. It's been, it's certain people that became forever. I'm never going to discredit it. Some people worked hard for it forever. Some people had talent and they left, but money wasn't easy to come by.
Think about
like that.
You say you was a hustler on the block, right? You hustle on the block.
I was a hustler.
You find a brand new game. One thing about the game that you was in, the lane you chose, meant you had to put your ego to the side because you decided to hold the camera. So being a cameraman sometimes always have you like, there's a couple of good shoots in the beginning you could have got, but because of your ego, I'm not going over this.
Right.
I'm not gonna ask you to get for this picture. So it took you a while probably to fall into that. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first started doing this YouTube shit, This shit, you got to put a lot of shit to the side.
Yo, like, all right, case in point, like you see,
What's the worst thing you went before?
well, you got to put shit to the side, right? Imagine like when you all those years of hustler going through your little hood stories, your little hood wars, you get jumped, go ass, try it. All that shit did was get reckless endangerment charges and being on the road, shit like that. People confused.
That's a fact.
And people confused being on the run with running. Like, you know, who's gonna, if you ain't got nowhere else to go, that's, you know, shit, that's on you. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that breather to be like, yo, it's people our age right now doing life behind shit that happened 20 years ago. And when they come home, niggas they was beefing with is getting money with each other now. It's cool. Yeah. So as I grow older, I'm like, I ask dudes, like, was it even worth it? Niggas be like, nah, man, that shit wasn't even worth francs. So now, you know, it's some people still pumping that same energy out, and there's some people that's pumping new energy out.
And that's what, because you have a story. Your story is, I learned, right? I learned this hustling, right? Was that everything goes forward. We learn from our past, but we don't live in it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So as I live my past, I know along my glorious book ride, there's a couple of people that still, you know what I'm saying, that see things about me that are like, oh, fuck this motherfucker, right? But I know I listen to my past wasn't fucked up. So it's like, okay, whatever. But I know moving forward, what I'm showing people my progress. And my progress means more than entertaining me beating somebody for 100 grams. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Or me coming short 5,000 one time by accident. Wasn't my fault, my nigga. It was the doors in. But those are stories that some people might still think.
Yo, you need to say how crazy it is.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Yo, we all got them stories.
You got them weird stories. Yo, guess what?
R.I.P. to Demencio, the first 100 grams I fucked up. R.I.P.
Yeah, there's somebody in the background who's gonna be like, fuck this nigga. They're gonna be like, yo, that nigga's the worst. What I love to do is,
yo, listen, when there's something, it's always gonna be that, because look, it's only important now because it's important now. You know what I mean? This story's been lingering for years.
Preach, brother, preach.
These stories been lingering for years. You heard about it. Dudes weather the storm. A lot of people ain't get to live to see it. No matter how old you are, I tell people, yo, just live to see it, bro. Because a lot of people don't get to live to see it. Some people don't live to see 17. Some people don't live to see 22. They don't live to see 30. They don't know what it's like to turn 40.
Yeah, son.
A lot of us ain't lived to see a black president.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, they didn't live to see Donald Trump give out cash. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what's funny? You know what's funny, Dice? You know what's funny? I'm happy to mention what you just mentioned, right? A lot of people said that when the Central Park 5 happened, no disrespect. I remember Mr. Salam, we went to school with my friends. Who cares? You don't care about the name dropping right now. It's a fact right here. There was a point in time in New York City. New York City was going through a recession. It was getting nice and slow. And Donald Trump was investing in, from like 106th Street, he was investing into Central Park.
Trying to buy it.
Yeah, remember he had to fix the lake. He owns the name. He owns the name of Central Park because of this. But he fixed the house. So they had the Central Park 5, right? It happened in that territory. Now, Central Park West in Manhattan is not a poor neighborhood. Central Park West. But where Lincoln Parole was at, that's prime real estate, but the drug era had it by 110th Street, you know, across the street from Central Park. But Central Park West is where the money at. That's all dormant buildings. All that shit going downtown from 110th Street down.
Yo, y'all want to hear something funny?
Pulls all other shit because he's trying to most likely invest in that shit across the street from the pool. They do the Central Park 5, he puts a letter out, and crucify the nigga. Yo, the nigga trying to raise the guy in the world. He wants the niggas to do $1 million a year, He's only beefing about his investment because he's putting money into this part of Central Park, 110th Street. Now, if you ever swim in that pool, that's Donald Trump's money. If you went to woman skating ring, you know this about 59th Street? That's
a
Trump's
fact.
money.
I used to be a messenger. That's a fact.
That's Trump's money.
All that
shit Trump puts money into. So if somebody violates your property, you're gonna complain, right?
Yo, I'll be honest with you. What I do notice is
See, you know what I'm saying? But nobody puts a narrative out there like that because the average person speaking about Trump is 10 years younger than us, or a motherfucker wasn't out stop paying attention.
Right, but yo, check this out though. As grown men, does this outside shit really matter? It's about staying inside the crib, be able to go.
Yeah, no, you could be outside and pay attention. See, the thing with us was, I'm gonna be honest with you, my generation, it wasn't about being outside. Because being outside to us was economical.
So listen,
it wasn't about props.
I'm not belittling what you're saying. What I'm saying is, when you was outside, you was outside to get money, or you was doing something like that. Now, in today's climate, they designed it where you don't have to be outside, like, and you see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a fact.
So,
Bitcoin, the scamming, the computers.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yo, so like when people glorify stuff that don't make sense, people like, damn, that don't make sense, yo. So, you know, niggas ain't grow. Like some certain even girls not even into that type of character. You know what I mean? And we always in that at one point in time. And I really like, damn, I do got a story. And I'll be like, damn, I weathered that storm. You know, I'm never gonna glorify shit that's negative, man. I'm always
but that's you know what
put
you
people
said that? You know what you just said right there? Because I had a conversation with somebody about that. And I was like, if I've done something, like for example, I've done more crime than legal shit in my lifetime, right? That's just my life story. My life story is that I did crime for 5 years, got my shit together. So when I talk about something or I build a memory, it's because this is what I've done majority of my life, but this is what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? Now, you either take it or leave it, but when you hear my story, you got to go, damn. At a young age, I chose to be responsible. Because when I chose to leave mommy house, I decided to pay rent. I decided to buy socks, buy soap, do my laundry, learn how to cook at a young age. See, it's not about the block. When you took up that porch, mommy was like, you can't bring that shit in my house.
That's a fact.
We had, at 17 years old, had to pay rent $500 a month. We had to pay light bills. We had to get clothes, feed ourselves. So hustling wasn't what these niggas do all day, party and get high.
That's a fact.
It was a job, D.Chamberz. It was a job. And it was so much of a job that if somebody put in your bag, you personalize it. Why? How am I going to pay this rent this month?
That's a fact.
It wasn't what niggas do now. There wasn't a big chain and you lived in mommy house. Because, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't happening in my generation. But I understand what you're saying, you know, because you have a great point there. But the dudes that live in the past and they're stuck in the past, why argue with them for?
Yo, you know what it is? I know, like, and this is the realest shit ever, right? And these stories they glorify. One thing about Chambers stood on his own forever. I never was the guy. You're right. I never was the guy 15, 20 deep. Nah, that wasn't me. You saw me. Was I ever the tough guy? I was the same way. Whatever you heard and saw about yesterday, never glorified, moved on. So when he overcame that, it's to the point where now they're like, Chambers, you didn't give a fuck about shit back then. Why do you care now? Because maybe
how many times I got fucked up?
When you
see niggas
brothers,
how many times I physically ran from my ops? I seen them niggas coming my way. Oh shit! Out.
Yo, listen, but once again,
you know why? Because you know what I'm saying?
That mean you got some sense.
Yo, Zeke, hear me out. It never.
That don't mean nothing.
No, listen. Everybody got to go through something. Like, I realize real prophets of the earth
go through something, man.
It's a fact.
From Jesus to Malcolm X to whoever's preaching now. Like, and you know, I don't want to compare nothing to Kanye West, but he said a lot of crazy stuff. But sometimes some information could be too crazy for you to hear at one shot. So if we going on to bibliography times, right? And they tell you Moses was hanging with the gang and he walked up the mountain by himself, came back with these rules. They're like, oh, what you talking about, man? Bring up his rules.
Right now, but it's no saying.
He throw the stone, now the whole hood on fire. Now it's like, yeah, these are the rules you have to live by today, because I tried to tell you years ago, nobody wanted to listen. For me, I knew I wasn't going to hustle my whole life.
You're fucking lame,
you know,
bro.
I caught that little bit, you know what I mean? That little time they gave me, you know, I went up. I didn't have to do mad years. I did my one came home. Do I have a lot of...
Yo, I'm gonna lie to you, Chambers. I got caught.
So, no. I'm saying it.
I swore. I wanted
in
2 years. I said, yo, give me 2 years. It's 2 years.
Yo, listen, I ain't.
Nah, take that.
At that time, I still could have been a sports doctor. At that time, I still could have been
getting out of the streets, bro.
But my greed for fast money led me there. So when I'm sitting in there, you know, the first 2 months, you know, phone's always answering. But then when you realize nobody's really there with you, it might be your girl, your mom's, your brother, your sister, a few letters here and there. And that little one thing, I was like, damn. You know, I went up on Valentine's Day. So it was like, all right, cool. All right. So now it's like certain holidays, then you hearing people passing. And this is 1 year. I'm missing my daughter's birthday, this, that. And I'm like, yo, I got to do something. You know, my mom's birthday, this person died, this, third. And then by the time your girl comes to you, she looking at you and you can see like how life is just going on. And I'm like, yo, this ain't the wave, man. All this tough Tony shit, this ain't the wave. Matter of fact, I don't got beef with nobody, man. Just stay the fuck out my way. I'm doing music.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm very strategic. The same way, like I think to find something to win. I didn't care to entertain a lot of shit, bro, because I knew there's a whole world out there. There's still places I ain't get to see. There's things, and some people don't. They live and die on the corner, bro. That wasn't gonna be my story, and I made that decision. I knew what I was up against, bro. But when people see, some people like when you go that direction, they're like, nah, Chambers ain't really hustling no more. He doing music. Yo, you a smack rap. Now they challenging that. Nigga, you don't even battle. You challenging that.
But it doesn't matter because when you know,
like the moral of the story is, it's always something. You get on Hot 97, you ain't on all the stations. What? Like, yo,
because that's people. But one thing I used to write graffiti. Now, this is what you're speaking about. I used to write graffiti. I wasn't the nicest nigga. My man's got busy, right? I like to do a burner. I don't like to do I just got a tag key 131, right? So then niggas would say the same thing to me. Yeah, Zeke down with them niggas, but you can't do a burner. You can't do this. And then a good friend of mine said, one thing you can't do, you can write key 1, and that's all that matters, my nigga. That's your lane. Don't be mad at your lane because you can't do this blow up on the stove. That's why my man spoke P2 P131 crew. He told me that shit in my face. He said, yo, doesn't matter. Why you can't? When you sitting there busting your head, if you don't know how to do it, you tag.
Yo, one thing they will say is, you see how people think, even if people thought like, yo, who D.Chamberz? They would never say who's D.Chamberz. They know I'm from the open mic era to the smack DVD.
That's dope, man.
Whatever's going on now. So what people are shocked at, I wasn't always the rapper. I wasn't always the name people looked at. It wasn't. I'll be honest, and I'll shout them out. Shout out to
because you created that. You created a lane.
Yeah, shout out to Nims. Nims was always battle rapper.
Shout out to Nims. Exactly. Shout him out.
Shout out to the Bad Brothers. Shout out to Liaison. Shout out to Ready Rock. Shout out to Pete from across the Swift. Shout out to Torre. Shout out to Manson. Shout out to MP. Shout out to back then, those were the artists. They was the ones that was rapping. Yeah, I was just caught up in this little trapping street shit. You know what going on. You hustling, you hear niggas, you go through shit. And if you don't go through it in your younger years, it will make you who you are today. So when I came home, I was like, yo, they're gonna know about D.Chamberz when I come home. Cause I'm like, yo, damn, I got the contact, I got smack, I got cut back. This is my window. I'm sitting on parole, like this is my window. Whether people liked it or not, I knew I put my hustle, my little lawsuit money I came home to, whatever little trap money I had, I put it into studio.
For the camera, I'll ask you a question. Because what do you actually do? You do shows, you rent spots, or you got the camera?
All right, so now let me go with it, right? So after 2015, between 2015 2016, like as I'm going on the strip clubs, I'm like, yo, damn, they just think I'm a strip club rapper. So I was talking to Pedro, the guy that was like one of the, Mr. We Live, one of the strip club promoters. So
I know one of them. I think First Lady L. I met her.
I'm gonna get to that. So
I know her from Albany though.
First Lady L.
So it's cool.
So Pedro was like, Chambers, you know, you always got a crowd. I made it convenient for artists to be heard while DJs are in the building. That was the time that I was overlooking, because it was the time when I got back. And then I realized when the bag is slowing down, I'm like, why is the bag slowing down? That's because the other niggas is turning up and making moves. So I'm like, I got to recreate myself. So I created Trappers Only show. Trappers Only came from Trap House Strip Club. So what I did was, for the artists that really don't be throwing money like that and they want to rap and get that allure or get video shoots from it, I created a showcase from 7 to like 12 before the girls come out. So everybody would be in there. So by the time when the girls come in there, everybody just like, oh shit, why is this club this packed? It's because I created a concert in the strip club. I was one of the first ones to do that. So in between that, I was like, yo, people are right. There's like, yo, all you doing is throwing money. Even when you put people next to like Drewski, Enough, Magic, Will, like these are people at Power 105 and High 96.
Yeah.
People will never get a chance to meet because they, when you try to talk to other middlemen, they're gonna tell you $2,500 to get that record spit, $5K just to even meet somebody. So I found a way to get through that. So what I did was I stayed in them strip clubs. I was throwing them concerts in there.
Yes.
In between that, I was like, yo, my man Comatose called me. He was like, yo, besides these shows, you got to offer these artists something else to raise more value to. And one thing I always said was, I'm not going to put my face on nothing because I got that from Cameron. You put your name on something, people going to hate on it. So just name it something else and push it the same way it was yours. So it's a lot of entities that people are living off of, don't even know my hand is in it. I know everything. So I was like, okay, what I'm going to do? I always said I was 6'2", no time for the small. I was like, yo, you know what? We're going to create a podcast, and the same artists who participate in my strip club events, I'm going to interview them so they have more content outside of the show. And that became like my formula. Now, over the years, Fabio Farm came out. Like, Kate came out of there. There's mad different artists we're looking out that's on stage. They'll tell you, like, nah, I ain't going to front. They crossed paths. They had to have come to Trappers Only show. It was like it became the underground thing. So if this is how I'm getting my money while I'm dropping my little freestyles and singles here, people don't know. They're like, oh, Chambers just doing this for money. Well, I made my decision not to work a job no more. And the people that don't know, I was Local 79. Still got the union book to this day. I just didn't see myself carrying bricks and mixing mortar, you know, in my 50s and 60s. I see people who can't retire. They're more hurt. They can't retire.
The bones, facts. I work, brother. I work.
So, and I message to
working though. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to everybody that put that manual labor in because you know some people knew my hustle, my grind. It was like, Chambers, you may as well go ahead and chase the dream because even like in the construction world, that money's good, and then you get laid off, and then it might be some time before you get to work again.
Yes.
And I remember that one morning because I worked on the World Trade Center and I worked on Barclay.
Which one, the new one? The one they built up? About the new World Trade Center.
The new one they built. I built from 54 to the 63rd floor. Built that. I was part of that, and me just trying to do the right thing without trapping on things that'll put me away. I'm sitting on the outside of the building on the elevator going up, and I'm like, yo. What if this elevator fall? What am I doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying to myself, I don't see myself doing 50, 60 years old. Dude, there's got to be another way. I'm a hustler. What's up? So I was just like, let me start selling some merch. Shout out to my man Sincere. You know, he used to drive because my license was suspended at the time. I used to have a personal drive me everywhere. So this is probably the other allure. People probably just think, oh, you thinking you all that, just da. I used to just have cars, like black cars could pick me up and drive. But what it was is I was cool with a guy who had a black car service company. Now, before all this Uber and all this, I always had personal drivers to just move me around. I didn't want people knowing where I live at outside of where I move. So I always had like a few personal drivers take me. So he was just like, Chambers, everybody know who you are. You always talked about. You got merch. You got a lot of people that support you. And yeah, sometimes good pub, bad pub, it all works. But you got to figure out how you can survive off it. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna give you your first office because I'm leaving. I knew he was going to ATL. He gave me an office to run while I'm working a job because you know what that feels like. Yo, look, here's an office that was given to me by another black man. Instead of people being happy for me, they're like, well, dang, Chambers' office. These are the conversations. But other people that's my age was like, yo.
Yes.
They was like, yo, Chambers, how did you get the office? I'm inspired by this. And now I was like, I started attaching myself, instead of using the name of a hustler, I changed it to a mogul. Because I said, yo, this is the mindset I got to have to get the money that I really want. screw all this hate and all this corny shit people talking about. I want to be in the office. If I'm gonna have beef, I'm gonna have people with corporate giants, people that's the gatekeepers that's been keeping this door closed for years. And you wonder why certain messages get crossed. You know what I mean? Why they can't get across? Because sometimes when you in the right circle and you moving forward, there's people that don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to tell your story either.
Certain shit, it's like certain shit just gotta be ignored. Like I learned this in life, right? I've learned that my distractions is always what set me back. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I get distracted. Now my distraction never came from my personal distraction. It's being worried about, yo, what's something about me? Yo, what's that? Why you keep looking at me for? Why this and that? And then I realized that the game that I'm trying to get into don't pertain to that. This is a different game.
Yo, and I'm watching, right? Because like as I'm becoming this, I'm not really hanging out on the corner no more. I'm not able to sit out and play 2K all day. I'm not able to do this. So yeah, I lost a lot of friends.
You're gonna do that. It's gonna happen.
No, because
you're more friends.
At the same time, these are the same people that never write no letters or nothing for me, but I never glorified that. I never spoke on that. I still love them because I understand how the prison system goes, whether you had a long time or a short time. I made my decision to be a mogul. So even when I look, Jay-Z went through it. Why everybody that's successful go,
because that's what's gonna happen.
Bills go through it.
Because people,
Master P, you name anybody that moved forward, there's a story in the back end story on what's happening. Even when Moneybagg Yo started getting that money, it took Yo Gotti to give Moneybagg Yo a bag, and he was on the whole other side of the team. When you really listen to some of these people's stories, it's always home. Some that'll love you the most or try to take you out first. It's one or the other. And my thing was just stay motivated. You know what's going on. All this stuff, what made me who I am today. This is why I say this proudly. I don't glorify none of it because at the same time, nobody's writing letters after a while. Like, your kids will grow.
It's over, bro.
Life will go on. So that shit.
So why entertain something?
Kill that past. What's going on now?
So why entertain something? So why should we entertain something that So why entertain something that doesn't have no nothing? You know what I'm saying? It has no. See, I gotta learn how to do this other button shit, but that's why I don't entertain it because
everybody got their own story. But my thing is like ironic. A lot of stuff is instead of saying, yo, I ain't gonna front, Chambers as a black man got a lot of businesses going on. The first thing I want to talk about is like, people always
going to D.6. But like I said, it doesn't.
Yo, bro, like I don't even mention it. It's like I'm so well over it. You know what I mean? It's to the point
because it's not worth it. You know what happens now? Because now when you sit here and you go, yo, man, look what I've accomplished. That's what I did. You invest in myself. I'm building relationships. Keep on. Okay? I know. Listen to me. I know the further I go with this, there's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers that's going to be like, fuck him. He's this. Because the whole thing is this whole character thing they throw out. It's the character thing that we should not really, like, why should I give a fuck about what you got to say about me if I don't even know you? Say what you want to say. Listen, let me tell you something. The streets is a dirty game. If you say that the streets is anything clean about the streets, so only thing in the streets that you don't do is you don't rob your friend, you don't have sex with your friend's wife, and you don't tell on nobody. Everything else is fair game. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yo, you know what's crazy? I'm thinking here, like even with sex, like when he tried to convert into music.
But that's this fool know because what happens is a lot of dudes they come at you with those characteristics of nigga, I'm in hip hop, and you talk about some shit that happened in the lobby. Doesn't matter. Yo,
listen, brother. Those are the things that define who you are, right? And a lot of people are not here to tell a story, and a lot of people even in jail forever. And sometimes they don't even get thought about until it's like a Facebook reminder that you posted it last year. And people got to realize that's where it's at right now. A lot of us got teenage daughters. A lot of us got kids going into college. Some people don't even like get to see their kids. And this is not me taking a chump approach either. This is me knowing that there's a whole life out there, bro. And I know like police, Mayor Adams, you gotta be real mindful of what you say out here. So put out positive energy. Get involved with these nonprofit organizations. Like people would say,
your own. So that's
yo,
you see on my block, we did our own thing.
Besides all the super tough Tony stuff, like things that out of the neighborhood. When one thing was said that people always be like, "Yo, your own friends from back there." My friends are dead. Like my man, Fat Rod, dead. My man Foot, dead. Nani, dead. Some niggas is doing like hard time. The whole niggas is indicted. Like, so when I'm looking back, it's only like 3 or 4 of us, and some of us they moved and they got better lives now, and they probably like, "Chambers, you still dealing with that?" You know how much how many people look at me like, "Chambers, why are you still doing this music shit knowing everybody hate? Just do the business." And because some people be scared for people because they know what come with all of this negative shit just for trying to help people.
Facts. You're right.
You help people, and they'll crucify you for that because they'll be like, "Yo, why you didn't help this dude? Why you ain't do it for this stance or do it for this block?" Sometimes block beefs become your beef, and it don't even make sense. So a lot of
industry, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're in an industry that deals with the public. It's just like the streets. We're in an industry that deals with the public. So when you deal with the public, people are always gonna talk shit. So you gotta have thick that every call out isn't mandatory. Even if somebody says some crazy shit, like I learned this
shout out to Bills
before this media shit. Like a good friend of mine is like, the more money you get, the more niggas ain't gonna like you. The niggas who ain't gonna like me is the niggas I play tag with because they see you're making more money. They're not making money.
Sometimes I'll be honest like this, sometimes it wasn't even about money. It was just about going out the way.
They find all your consistencies. The more you do better than somebody, 84, he shoot my school lunch. 2 years ago, he promised me $5. That's when all the stupid shit comes because when you have something more than somebody, even a hat, people begin to care. So what I learned to do, I know them niggas, man. Because what happens, you can say what the fuck. I know Zeke Black. You can put any remix together because you could in the stories, some of the stories I heard about me was convincing. But I was like, damn, that sound perfect. But I'm not gonna entertain you. But I know that when I see you, it's not that energy. Because what happens now is you're not gonna stop because remember, your thoughts at this age is money.
Sometimes it's the choices in life. Sometimes it's the choices in life, and in today's people, a lot. I seen some men become Wendy Williams. Like, where do you get all this information from? Like, you like, I don't even know this guy. You know what I mean? So at the same time, nothing was talked about until it was something to talk about. So obviously, the Chambers that was just walking around comfortable can't walk around comfortable no more because they bringing that these are just watchful eyes, negative eyes, and sometimes people may not like how their life turned out, and they maybe was doing better than people before, and they be like, if they can't get money with you, then fuck you. Sometimes people can't because they're guilty by default, but business is always gonna be business. Some things I always say, if nobody ain't got or nothing, you can get past, and sometimes people wanna hold on to it because they don't even know why they hate you. When they talk to other people, smart people just see something different. But I can say for the last 7 years, it's been progress.
Progress, exactly. That's what we talk about. The progress.
So it's like the last 7 to 10 years, it hasn't been like so. Because I'm doing more. I'm on the radio more. I'm doing more. So the more I do, like I went out to Rolling Loud in Miami, came back instead of like jumping on couch doing a bunch of shows. You know what's the first thing I did when I came back this year? Looking out.
You actually performed? You performed at Rolling Loud?
Nah, I went out there networking, going back. See, shout out to Miami CJ because with those things is if you're not like with a major distribution company or willing to pay certain $1,000, it's kind of hard to hit that stage.
I got you.
Sometimes it's good to link up with other brands and partnerships and DJs that know people. That's how you get around if you don't have a major get yourself out there.
So question, what would be your title? If I was looking for you to hire you for something, what would be your title? Hip hop artist? What's your title?
Entrepreneur.
Other than that,
ain't something I could do it. I could get it to you. You see that frame behind your house? I know somebody that does frames. You want art? I can get you an artist.
Exactly. So let's go back to Rolling Loud. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yo. So when I'm out there, I was like, yo, I get back to my neighborhood because one thing I always do, I always go back to my hood, Coney Island. Yes, I'm from C-Rise. They named it something else. You hear about it. You know what I mean? C-Rise, we always wasn't the most richest dudes in the hood, but we, you know, some parents were fortunate than others, you know, in the climate. So, but for some reason, management never let us enjoy life like the projects. We don't have basketball courts. We didn't have, every time they put it up, they take it down or they put some flimsy shit. So over 9 years, you hear me, Zeke? 9 years.
I'm listening.
A lot of coming and going generations. Could you imagine no basketball court being in front of the building? All this tough talk, all these hustlers, and there's no basketball courts for the kids. They have kids too. There's no basketball courts, there's no kids. So I was like, yo, you know what? I knew I had a voice. I did a lot of nonprofit organization stuff. I did a lot of cancer awareness walks. I did a lot of stop the gun violence, you know, guns down, you know, life up. I did a lot of Operation Hood stuff where, you know, I may have helped or shared a flyer or came and spoke to the kids. And I did that on my own time, knowing all of this shit was going on. I could have took the high road, just, oh, I need a bag. I need to get rich. You know what I did? I said, yo, you know what? I started writing on Facebook. Shout out to all the nonprofit organizations, but I just want to know why. What do I got to do to put the courts back up and see? Even me asking that was part of nonprofit organizations. Like, yo, Chambers, you can't do that. Why you talking like that? And I'm like, yo, if I didn't say nothing, it would have never got done. So I just said, okay, I let that post go out. One of the lady advocates, shout out to Samantha Ross, she was like, Chambers, there is another approach, but let's just approach it like this. So I put the post down and I started targeting the right people. While everybody's heckling and talking, thinking I'm just trying to target people that lived there for years and didn't do nothing in a positive way. It was just about putting those courts up. And it was a simple phone call where somebody was like, yo, Chambers, just give me a clinic, go, create something, get some people that's good from your community. And we don't have no funding or no money, but we'll give you permission to put the rims up. Where the rims at? The rims was sitting in the management office the whole 9 years. I'm like, yo, you mean to tell me these rims are sitting here and nobody came in here? Yeah, I'm about to turn this court to a dog park and there's a Chambers, I'll be honest with you, nobody ever asked. And when they did ask, they didn't have the criteria to make it happen. And management at the time wasn't dealing with it. So luckily we have new owners and we're going to grant you because you came with the right paperwork. I came with the paperwork. The first thing, they're not going to do it. It's going to be a shootout the first day. Chambers, back in the days. I got to bring that. Stop bringing that old energy around, man. I don't want to hear it. That's getting me more mad than the old school niggas that's talking. Them niggas ain't do nothing. I'm doing it. So I ain't going to take all the credit. Shout out to Miguel. Shout out to Forever Paid Flex. These are people that's from our neighborhood. And I'm like, yo, if we band together, we get donations. Out of 8 buildings, how many donations you think we got? We got a lot of love and support. It wasn't a lot. We could make a new NBA basketball arena. I said, yo, you know what? Let's take the measurements and we're going to paint this shit ourselves. We're going to do all this. We're going to put the rims up. We're going to get the next. I spent the whole week to a month doing this. And then I created a basketball tournament, 3-on-3. We meshed the same hood that people think everybody got beef with. The young next generations came together. Grazing, mermaid houses, and everybody down the way. We had even Isaiah Whitehead, fresh off the NBA floor, come to the C-Rise, which hasn't been seen in forever. And at this time, people was going to Ski Day, Isaiah Whitehead tournament, R&B by the beach, and people were like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, Chambers got C-Rise jumping right now. Everybody's showing unity back there.
Chambers. And and that's the story right there. Because when I grew up in East Harlem, we didn't have a community center. We didn't have an activist in my projects per se. Washington projects in East Harlem. What we had was some small kids that were a little bit older than us. They wasn't drug dealers. They wasn't even in gangs. It was smart kids that like sports that kept my generation out of the mix because they knew sports to keep us off that corner. And what they would do is out their pockets, for some reason, they after school money or wherever they was get their money from, they would buy things for us to play sports. So what happens is they create a wiffle ball league on my block. What does it mean? They create 8 teams of 10 people. That means there's 80 kids that's not in the corner selling crack because they're playing 2-3 games a day in the back of my projects. You understand what I'm saying? These guys are just out their pocket. Regular kids. Football league. My man, there's some shit called Murphy Center by Gracie Mansion, Asphalt Green. Y'all might see it on FDR, Murphy Center. They had a football league in my neighborhood. Dudes that were working, not just hustlers, they put together football teams for their blocks, my generation.
Speaking of football teams, shout out to the Silverbacks. Shout out to my man Melly. Shout out to my man. Shout out to the Silverbacks. And shout out to everybody that supports the team. So those are artists who you said football, and I just had to say that.
Yeah, the football league. Yeah.
I'm out to shout out the negativity shit and forget to shout out the people like put their careers to the side to do shit for their kids and shit. So shout out to Melly and Allen for the Silverbacks. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, my man Tyree, my man Teddy, and all of that, Nelson. They created my man Peter. They created something that was dope. Then you had a guy you might even met. I don't know everybody. Yeah, you probably did meet him. A kid named Tone, Rock City, you know. Okay, Rock from Jeff.
Shout out to Tone. I met him through my man covering them because, like, once again, I got a lot of Bronx affiliation, Lower East Side affiliation.
Yeah, East Harlem, yeah.
Like these are older people who know they true. They did 15, 20 years of telling you, like, Chambers, you talking for us, bro.
Yeah.
You talking for niggas that did time hustling, and we want to wait. And a lot of people salute it, and sometimes I think people take different approaches on how to get their message out. You know, even in our days, people, you know, they had conversations before they just said or did stupid shit. Today, people just jump on the internet, and this is where we at.
That's definitely in because even rocking them. Rock they do a yearly basketball.
RP Black Rob.
Yeah, Black Rob. Definitely. They do a basketball tournament right there in for Big Joe. That's a big basketball tournament they do every year. He played on a team. You heard of, he didn't play on the squad, but he played on a team that was called Sugar Hill. Ali, the Black Widow, played on that team. 60% of that team was dudes from my block. I'm from the East Side. This is the West Side basketball team. You know what I'm saying? A football league there. That's the team that Rock played on. They had the Sugar Hill football. But those teams kept peace in the neighborhood. Those teams kept us active. So while all these hustlers, bosses was playing football, we played football because they made that fashionable. Remember, they didn't have an after-school program. There wasn't Al Sharpton and his money coming from the city. We didn't wait for it to come. We did it ourselves. And they actually saved a generation of kids in our block, bro.
Yo, I'll be honest.
It saved a generation of kids on my block. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, all of this stuff that we're talking about, I hope some of us understand the real meat and potatoes of what's going on. Because sometimes people fall for clickbait and don't even know where people's lives is. You know the people that are murderers, they came home and they're talking about God and Christ right now.
Yeah.
People are making, they're talking about other things. They be like, yo, man, I'm not that man. You know what I mean?
No more. Facts.
What's the first thing they say? Like, let's just be real here. They be like, yo, Chambers played himself. That's what they're going to say, played himself out of all of this. They be like, yo, Chambers got all those businesses, made it out there. He do this. Why are you paying attention to that? Why is he even speaking on it? But sometimes, to weather the storm, you got to speak your truth. You got to be like, yeah, you know what? It happened.
Your story alone is bigger than the reaction. Because a lot of people didn't accomplish nothing until the now. Think about what you accomplished since you've been home. You didn't have a Jay-Z behind you. You didn't have a Russell Simmons behind
Never.
You didn't sleep on Jadakiss floor. You had to do this on your own and figure your lane out.
Blindly.
So now, when somebody asks you what got you to where you at now, hard work, not a cosign. Not, yo, come over here, take this picture with me. You my man. You didn't have that. You created your friendships, your networks. And that's story is greater than the average person, because the average person's story is, I got on because of him. Yo, I got on because of him. I got on because of him. You understand what I'm saying? So look, you know how many people that's in the music industry that couldn't get in that concert you went to? The Miami Rolling Loud? People that signed to record labels that couldn't go? No invites, but you're backstage because the networking you've done, because the label you put in, because nobody co-signed you. You found your way. You found the lane.
And you know this for years. Never heard a lot of people play with that. Oh, I just got signed shit. I never played those games. I never stood in front of the thing with a label behind me and talk about, oh, I just signed to this label, that label. I didn't have like the biggest hustler in the hood put the bag behind. I didn't have none of those breaks.
Yeah.
Whatever dollar I put in is what I got back.
So you got to think about it. When the hood speaks upon you, or anybody speaks upon you, when it comes to your neighborhood, it's like, bro, it was like the hood gave me $250,000 and I just went left. I did this shit on my own. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like my man Tyree said to me when I was a kid. We was playing football. He was like, yo, I got an idea. I'm gonna put together a team. But I know a lot of your parents can't afford the jersey, so just give me your sizes and I'm gonna get some money. I don't know how he got the fucking money. He went and got 12 jerseys. You know what I'm saying? And we had jerseys, man. The hurricane shit. You see what I'm saying? And the prideful thing about that was nobody could say, yo, I did that for Ty. Now, Tyree, let me see about Ty. Hold on. Tyree, I don't know this about Ty. Ty was on the low into the freestyle house music thing. I'm not paying no mind. Shout out to Is a Rocket, Illa G, you know what I'm saying? Illa G used to be on my block in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You probably know Illa G. But shout out to Illa G from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he used to be on my block. When he's going to on the time. That's how far back this story goes. Who'd have thought that Tyree, that had the Wiffle Ball League, never sold a piece of crap in his life, was part of a game, made rope graffiti. He was running K7 on K7's first album. When K7 was on Hot 97, Tyree was with him. My man Ty Bless. Freestyle music. Who'd have thought UFO Feed, rapper UFO Feed, father is in my neighborhood, freestyle music is big. TKA, Tony Stone. Allegedly, Tony Stone is the one who introduced Black Rob the Puff. A freestyle artist.
Yo, let me tell you something. What people don't know also about Chambers. Shout out to White Bills. He be my guy. Just even when I tried to think, all right, I don't have a job, but I have a car. I think I was driving the Jag at the time. And this is, I go by mindset. By my memory, it ain't about beef. My memory is what car I was driving. So like at this time, I think I had the Jag at this time, and I'm in the Bronx. I'm moving around in the Bronx because one thing about Uptown. It's like Harlem, but it's like Brooklyn more. You know what I'm saying? Because I met a lot.
Guy, hold on, Chambers. The flyest nigga in Harlem's in the building. My nigga Fly Guy, man. He sends his love to you, man.
Yo, that's my guy.
In Harlem, man.
Manny, man. He's a hustler.
That's a hustler nigga, man. He eating alligator meat with French fries, my nigga. Straight out the iguana waters of Argentina, my nigga.
Everybody gonna be eating alligator shit in a minute.
But shout out to my man Fly Guy, man, from the east side.
Yo, then I threw up my train of thought, but I'm just saying, like, what people didn't realize, shout out to Bills, while I was in the Bronx and all of this, and I was like, yo, damn, I got one foot in with the clothes, because now I'm moving around with the clothes. I'm still trying to be slick. Even in 2016, I'll be honest with you. And that's why I tell myself my truth as a man. Why am I still playing with, trying to get fast money? So I'm out there East Tree Road, right? The D's blitz the block. Narcotics. I'm talking about the narcotic D's. I had my little merchandise, I had everything moving around. I'm innocent to prove guilty. Like, this is 2016. Not like, this is my luck. They found bundles of dope under a car, like 3 cars under. Who the first person they come to on the block way in the Bronx? You, get against the wall. Boom. Why? Because I'm the most looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, who has a marked $20 bill amongst $2,000?
Don't tell me you had that, man.
3 of them. And I'm like, yo, now I'm on 161 in 2016 with Shake the Block on the radio. All of my niggas is in the strip club, and nobody knows this shit. November 4th, I think November 6th, 2016. I'll never forget that. They suspended my license. I'm back on the trade with the hottest record. I'm like, why? I cry. I'm like, why am I on the trade? So I go to the grand jury because, you know, I was like, yo, it wasn't on me, and I could have got that marked money because I sell merchandise. I sell hats, shirts, hoodies. Maybe, you know, one of these people gave me marked money.
Yes.
There was a ghost and there was an informant on that block. Word. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about it. So I'm talking about like, yo, I don't know. I have merchandise smart enough for me. I have business cards. That's what got me out of that case. But they was trying to hang me for 4 years. So they was like, they already did time. Remember, this is after 07. Now I'm in 016 in another drug beef. So now I'm sitting in Supreme Court. I look to the left. It's my nigga Bills. We was just at the smack. And I got the same outfit on. Like, yo, bro. Like, I'm watching dudes taking 10 pieces, 15 pieces, 20 pieces. And I'm like, yo, and it's all drug beef. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So they was like, yeah, he has a prior in South Carolina. He just did it, yeah. This is ongoing. He doesn't trust the system. 2016, I said, I'm not touching shit. Whatever nigga got beef with me, fuck it. I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
Like, to be in your 30s, you about to do 4 years, it's whack. So I came out with the record. French though, pistol on my side, and I just was like, yo, I'm totally devoting whatever y'all thought was passionate before. I'm going crazy
hard right now. Fuck.
Because I'm on the program, and Miss Sharon, shout out to Miss Sharon, and she always would just be like, today's a new day. And I just lived with that. Today is a new day.
Really, man.
And yo, she said some of us woke up, and some of us didn't. And I understood that. And I'm looking around like how everybody make constant bad decisions. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm pouring my money into just music 100% because even I was still tippy-toeing, trying to keep the image up of yo, I got to be really out there. I got to be doing this. And when with the people that's respected, when I realized it, people go to the squares for the big bag. The people that got their shit together. They're not the toughest nigga on the block. The people that really control this shit, they drinking coffee and deciding if you changed it to give you
change facts. That's a pure fact, bro. And
so why should I keep this image up of I'm still shooting, still selling drugs, and I got 4 open cases? That image isn't working, bro. I had to switch shit around, man. So I became
entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
Became violently a successor for my dreams. I don't think I understood that, and I always be like, yo, I understood why that happened when I was trapping. I understood that when I was running around when these dudes was involved with botched crime. I understood why these things happen. But if dudes come to me now while I'm doing music shit, it's because it's them, and now you're playing. And I just be like, yo, you know what? Just stay out the way. Yeah, you know. When you out the way, there's nothing to talk about. But sometimes being out the way and absence breed disrespect. So sometimes people forget how long you fought change to stay changed. Because even right now, I could have came on here and had a bunch of negative responses, or I could say, nah, this is my truth. We moving forward, bro. Yeah. And all the young hustlers, yeah, we moving forward. That mid-90s, that late 90s, yeah, I was an impact that hit the hood. Yeah. I was there to see that when that happened, when that impact hit the hood in the mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s. Then I also seen those same good guys get an ass full of years. And all it is a bunch of free this guy and RP this guy. So, like, the people they do salute is the people that come together and try to change the mindset. The mindset. You notice all the gangsters right now?
It has to be the mindset of the people.
All the gangsters are changing their mindset. Sometimes they change, but their energy was so strong to put out, it's hard to get the youth to change. And some people want that credit still to keep the youth, to make them seem like this person, you know, because they didn't change life changing to put them in a better position. The minute they get in a better position, you're not going to see them or hear them no more. Because there's no reason to at this age. We got to go relax. We got to go chill out.
Chill out, man.
Put the homies on. A lot of times I would say back in the days, nobody had real leaders. No real good leadership. It was all about taking That nobody talked. They lied to us. Nobody told us how to really get money in corporate America and why are we getting construction job in our 30s.
Yes.
Like we supposed to do that in our 17, 18, 19.
If we
You know
didn't
what I'm saying?
get that, then,
Niggas
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's easier to be a doctor than it is to be all this other shit. The same amount of time you get is the amount of time you could do that in college. And the more I get older and I understand this shit, I'm like, yo, damn, this is crazy. Sometimes it's crazy. And when you climb in this ladder, you just gotta keep that positive impact. You know what I mean? And that's just it.
Because you have a great story, man. And I definitely like the fact that you pulled up and you was able to explain to the people, like, this is who I am. This is who I am. I'm happy who I am, and this is where I'm at now. Listen, let me tell you something. That case you caught with the fake $20 bills, think about how I felt when I was really breaking the law in 2007. And I got in the car, and I got in the car, and I wasn't seen the 4.5 years later. So I understand how life changed. Mind you, I had a crib, I had a car. Not even but it was a car. I was living a lifestyle. And now all of a sudden, I'm gone. So now it's like, I'm not starting all over again, man. So that's why this time when I came home with a different mindset. I tried to create a movement business. I was working with somebody selling books. I was doing everything I can not to go to jail, not to catch a brand new one, not to flip a brick, not to throw a gun in nobody's face. And then I found the love of my life. And that's why now I'm here in St. Louis, and I'm a manager for a Fortune 500 company making good money. Now, what I'm doing now, I could have did 20 years ago, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. If I knew better, I did this shit 20 years ago. But
yo, message to people, you know what I mean? Sometimes God handles everybody different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a firm believer of that. Like, you know, like I was a hustler. I need to hustle myself into this music. Like, you do too much, you know what I mean? Things happen. Naturally, it just happens. Some people can know what the path is in life where you're heading. So just go ahead and go to that path and just keep a positive one. Because the world, you know, these walls is closing. You know, people, the way social media work, you know, back in the days, people used to find you off a magazine. Could you imagine that? They would read a magazine and look at a paragraph and go off that, and they had to deal with that for a whole month till the paragraph get changed. Today, the word get changed off a post, a video, a blog, and we are living in dangerous times. And the thing that, like, when you think about it, a lot of this should just be miscommunication and conversation that just could have been had off the net. But until it hits the net and everybody's involved, that's when people try to find a better solution. Why don't you just find a better solution from the beginning? That's my attitude.
Yeah. And that's dope, man. That's dope. We definitely gotta do this again. See D.Chamberz, some more hip hop. I like this hip hop shit. I grew up in the hip hop generation. I'm an old nigga. Not that old. I'm an old nigga.
Happy to be alive, brother. What are you talking about? You alive? You got your crib. You found the way to
49 years old.
Platform and get the content and feed your family.
Yeah,
you know
This is all hip hop, man. Because it's all.
Let me tell you how much of an entrepreneur I am. This is how much of an entrepreneur. This is how much of an entrepreneur I am right now. You're in the Midwest, right?
Yeah. I'm
happy you're in the Midwest because now my words is out there in the Midwest. You're a black man with a New York hat repping, and you could say, yo, I spoke to D.Chamberz. I started the story. Did I lie or say anything? No, whatever happened, happened. People know me. I never backed down for nothing. I never ran for nothing. I may got away at that second, but I never ran. I always came back. But it's never like how people tell the stories. And when you young and naive, people glorify shit that don't even make sense today. You know, like how somebody will tell you, it's almost like telling you a carton of cigarette story. Nobody want to hear that shit right now. Nobody selling cartons of cigarettes no more. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, it's going to be just like that. We're going to talk about, yo, when I used to sell weed in front of this store, it's like, it don't make sense no more. It's all about progress. It's all about moving forward. Anything less than that, like, it really don't concern me, man. I really don't pay attention to it. Yeah. But, like, you know, I see people like was digging in that backyard and doing things. I just don't never want to incriminate anybody or give people that energy as if I still care about that shit. I don't.
Yeah. And that's all good though. Listen, brother, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And that's the best way to go. You know what I'm saying?
You know, And I realize a lot of times people just be wanting to hear stuff, but I understand why these entertainers and superstars don't want to deal with nobody, because they always dealing with shit like this on their own time, and they keep the shades on and a couple security guards and they real people with them, and they just go in the club. They don't. It's hard to talk business with them or with a fan. You don't know who's clout chasing, who's trying to do something at any given moment. And every time I realize that, it's like, damn, I really got to move different.
Yeah,
the odds
but every call out ain't mandatory. That's the thing. Every time somebody says something about you, you have to jump online and go, yo, my hat is yellow yesterday. You don't have to. Because remember, your mind is money. Your mind is money. It's like a doctor. The doctor gets paid for their hands, right? So a doctor's not going to do nothing with their hands, and that's going to fuck their hands up. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pay somebody to do it because this is how they make money. They're not going to waste their hands slapping dog shit out of somebody, break one of their fingers, because that's going to affect that $100,000. Who knows what he's... Because remember, every doctor, when they get to it, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, when this happens in the game, the further you go up the ladder, the further people are going to say what they say, even if it's a momentary thing when they say, oh, what's that? Look at Noriega, what he's going to do. I don't... All the shit Noriega's done in his lifetime, right? It takes one man to say that he saw a documentary, this is what he thought about somebody. And now look, we got him apologizing, he's the worst guy in the world, he doesn't defend his second life.
No, but is, and I want Nori to look at, is just look how the people that he probably thought was on the side coming out the blue making comments. The same people who comment and post and glorify your work will be the same. So you know what? I always saw that crack in the wall. I wasn't going to tell him no. Dang.
Yeah. I can't say what happened with Nori because I'm not there, but most likely, no, I'm not going to say most likely. On the business end, Kanye West tries to prove points. And even in my eyes, even if he has to sacrifice you to prove his point that we're not free economically, he shows it. So he goes do some shit on your platform, and y'all take the content down. Listen, like, oh, YouTube took it down, and you know, Revolt, because I guess his show Revolt has advertisers. I don't know. I never really watched it on that, right? But then yesterday, I'm strolling, and now look, I see Kanye West on YouTube. So now I have to sit here and go, wait a minute. Y'all took him off. Eyes, stream, team radio, right or wrong, with different nowadays, information moves too fast. Negative is even faster. Shout out to the $5 donation for that. You heard? What happens is, what I see happen is, Kanye West proved the point. Now he's on YouTube, still running his mouth, but he's doing it calm. He got 2 Caucasians with him, and yo, this, that, and third. Mind you, while he's doing that, Nori is going through all this backlash. You got restraints on you, I don't. And this is the message he has. You don't have no independence. When you have your own, there's no restraints. The restraints is, look, I'm still here talking. YouTube ain't blocked me yet. Kanye was on YouTube for the last 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's pre-recorded.
Yo, you know what happened though? When I look at Kanye, besides all of the stuff that he does over the years, I mind my business because I'm at pay grade. It seems like the guy who always was humble is lashing out now.
Lashing out, bro.
I see. Like the guy who always was the fly on the wall, took the humble approach for many years, got the bag.
Good analysis, yo.
Got the bag, traded, changed the whole trending what you wear. He had people wearing ripped clothes and made millions of them. And so people don't understand, like when he tell you, I was behind this, I was behind that, behind this. They just look at one thing to try to tear you down. Now, I would never talk on the day. I would never hear nothing, but it's public information. He said he watched the documentary.
That's what he said.
My thing is this. When you, like you said, you have a voice, even guys like us, we can't chime in on something. We're not really there. You don't even know if this is like, some of these fights be fixed. Some of these conversations, I'm gonna say this, putting out 2 cents in for shit that don't even concern us, and this be the problem today. People be, how can I speak on Kanye? I never been to Chicago. How can I speak to Nori? I ain't sit on Drink Champs. Like, you know what I mean? You asked me about Nori. I know,
exactly.
And Capone.
I know
him. and I always would support
he's
that.
on, you know, YouTube. He's on IG talking about freedom of speech, and this man running around doing the.
Yo, shout out to Nori, because even with him, like you see, he got a lifestyle. Why people respect Nori, because he has a story to tell. But you know, he was in this culture for a long time. He gave back to legends. He opened the door for legends, and we salute from him. And every legend, we're not gonna like what they say, man, because like, look, this is how I say for my group, right?
Yeah.
We watched this Cam and Mace shit go on for years. And
now look at them now.
Now they chill. So now, everybody that used to be around them, they probably sharing stories. Like, yo, I ain't gonna front. I heard that from this guy. Oh, word, no, I didn't say that. Who said that? Now you cut off because you wanted to put your 2 cents in, and you don't even really have too much that involvement in it. But now you're out of it because you said something that really had nothing to do with you. And now you got beef with whatever else. And it's just the same repetitive cycle, man. Just keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes, exactly. Definitely shout out to Kanye. Shout out to Noriega. Shout out to all those that you know, opinions. You have the right to your opinion. Like you have a right to conceal a gun, right? Right now, he said the Second Amendment or whatever the amendment that is. People. So freedom of speech is something that we all should have when it comes to certain situations. But you have to watch what you say because people are feelings. You can't just say something that's outlandish. Now, this was a great show actually. It turned out to be great. I'm a little sick, under the weather, but I did this. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been going to work, but I've been having my team been helping me out 110%. But I've been fucked up the last 48 hours. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing this. That's why this morning I was like, oh shit, you got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because
I appreciate you as well. You know?
Your message is more. Your message is put out there. You showed somebody that you went to jail and you found your way. No, you found your way through networking. People, the power is you have strong networking powers. My cousin knows how to get through a door with his networking powers, bro. And he makes money off this shit.
Yo, because you know what?
You know what I'm saying? Networking powers,
like,
bro.
What people who don't be looking at, there's more broke people than is rich people. And there's more broke people who know where somebody's rich is at. It's just like, what messages is going to get you to have that dialogue with that person? You know, whether today, no matter what's being said, you still who you are, with money or without. And now if they don't like your character, they just won't do business with you. Sometimes people are too humble. Sometimes people are too aggressive. And sometimes too much of anything is a bad thing. And that's just like one of my answers on that.
Yo, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. We gotta do this again, brother. We gotta find some time in our busy schedules. Have another con. Where you can actually people, educate people. Just take time. But you could do this on platform show on your own. You know that, right? And
I know I could have monetized. I got the same amount of subscribers with people that's monetizing, but I'm gonna tell you why. Once again, you covered something. We had a conversation. You saw me live. I was in Coney Island. You know,
he was outside. He was definitely outside. He was in Coney Island.
Not glorifying violence. I was like, I'm over here. We had a conversation. I honor my word with you saying that, we're gonna have this conversation because sometimes when you don't speak, sometimes it's worse because people just
Mr. Bill said he has some artists that I guess he used to bring to your studio. He got some cameos with you, and he said, ask D.Chamberz. I go dolo everywhere, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. White will be all city by himself a lot.
Out the bills because at the same time, remember Zeke that passed away in Chicago?
Yeah, the Zach
TV. Me and him was close friends. Like we was trying to figure out how to merge Coney Island and Chicago because Chicago was tuned in with Coney Island. Before like the drill got crazy, for some reason, Zeke was in Coney Island. And he was like, Chambers, I'm coming to you because I know you know how to get me to these young boys. Now the difference is with me, I have a guilty thing of helping everybody. Even though if it hurts me, you know what I mean, to know like, this person I know he's going to do in the long run once he get there. But I feel like this is God telling me, how you got to do it. Sometimes people like, the game is to be sold, not to be told.
Yeah.
If I see you working and I see you passionate, you reach out to me once, I'm going to give you information you need to get where you're going. Even if you were like, yo, Chambers, I don't know back in the days, but you seem like a cool nigga, man. I don't give a fuck. I heard your story. You ain't no chump. I don't know why they try to paint that narrative, because I'm not there to fight the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to talk about it. So when I see people putting their time, energy into something dope, I applaud that. So there's a lot of young kids today that don't know how to shoot their own video. Child Takeover Gay Killer, TOG Killer, know how to shoot their own video, know how to record themselves.
My man Velly like that too. My man Velly, he do this to my man Velly. You probably met Velly though.
Yeah, I tell you, I know I'm like at least 15 rallies when you said that just now. You know, no disrespect, but you know what I'm saying? There's people that's taking an independent approach now. This is why the older get boxed out. They don't want to deal with this shit. You think niggas want to hear back in the day stories and excuses why niggas don't got thousands?
Yeah, you know that.
And that's why I salute all these young homies, because they hustle to a point where they ain't got to stand on no corners. And they got more than every dude that was doing anything back in the days. I don't care. I said it. They're scamming money. Not what, you know, we have to earn it, stand there and fight for a sale. These kids figure out numbers and they got thousands. Shout out to y'all, bro. You know, every day we learning something new. Let's learn something new, man. That's my energy. Shout out to everybody that came home and they doing something positive. Shout out to the big homies that put homies in position to lead people in a better direction. Because obviously a lot of times there's people bitter and they'll never change. And I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm changed. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm here. That's why I got a story.
That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. This was definitely a dope show. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely dope,
positive.
Positive. That's supposed to be positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Had some gang shit in the beginning. And we got it. You know what I'm saying?
That, man. Like, a lot of times people don't know anybody that band together, even in jail. If you more than 3 people in a circle, that you got your sight right.
Goddamn gang.
So let's get to that. So like, people gotta choose their words wisely, man, because sometimes people just be incriminating their own self and don't know it, and it will never be me. But what I will is that I always was around it. I see them come, I see them go. So you know, but what I do see, I applaud all the brothers that banded together and they created businesses. They created things that's lucrative for their homies and their family. Whether it's construction or whether they put their money into smoke shops, you know, if you provided a way out of this jungle to feed your family, I salute you, my nigga. And you the realest homie because you changed it and you put homies. Those are the homies I salute, man. You know what I mean? This go mentality is whack. You know, mothers, I see mothers go to these prisons and they in their 60s trying to drop off joggers and stuff.
So-called gangster. Go see a so-called, a nigga will tell you in the yard how much money he took, how many niggas he smoked. But grandma coming to see him on them visits, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody that got pen pals, man, because then that's when you realize you're getting a fat girl from Syracuse that just looks right to you.
Fat girl for her way.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nah, we living life better than that. Everybody that's locked, I hope they come home. You know what I mean? And RP to all the real ones, man, because a lot of people gone to these type of things. I hope this energy radiates, and I hope that, you know what I'm saying, and I'm on that. Because getting on here talking negative for what? Niggas is too old. I'm telling you, niggas is too old. Niggas the first throw ages around. I live to see it. I look sexy. I'm still good. I'm going to acting. I wrote 2 movies. So like, if you love what I'm doing now, wait till you gotta go to the movie theaters to see what I'm doing.
Hell yeah, exactly. So check it. It's a dope show. It's a dope show. I do this again on better terms. You know what I'm saying?
This is the better term.
This is the better terms. So now you set something up later on, and maybe we can do something else. You know what I'm saying? Put something else together.
Maybe when you come out, you know, on the Midwest, what's going on out there on your side? How's life over there?
Little rap cats out here. They on that drill shit. You know, this is the Midwest. But I'm at St. Louis. So drill music is big. You know what I'm saying?
Hitman Holla out there, right?
Huh?
Hitman, the battle rapper. Hitman Holla.
I think so.
Midwest.
It's a kid they call Honcho. Something Honcho. He's big.
It's a lot of dope artists in St. Louis. Some in the battle culture, some doing music.
Check right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
How's the weed out there? It's trash?
Huh?
How's the weed out there?
They play a lot. They play New York shit, but they play a lot of the Midwest shit. A lot of the shit they play out here. Because Memphis is like, 5 hours away. So that Midwest, that Memphis vibe is real big over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said, how's the weed out there, not the music?
Huh? Oh,
How's
people out here in certain spots. Remember, Illinois is right across the water. Where I'm at in St. Louis, East St. Louis is across the water. That's Illinois. So the weed is like home.
St. Louis, right? How do they feel about Nelly? like, come on.
I don't know,
like,
man.
A
lot of them niggas jack him though. A lot of them jack him. You know what I'm saying? He had in St. Louis. He did good for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I'm just saying. You notice like how in every neighborhood at one point in time, like, and this is real. And
you gotta be saying fuck him too though. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't from over here. Because you know what I'm saying? He ain't from over here.
That's all I was trying to say. Good as Nelly.
Go through that hate too. You know what I'm
Down,
saying?
down, baby. Roller coaster. They want to hate on that nigga too. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people gotta understand you. Sometimes you push the great ones away with negativity, man. You wonder why you'll never see them again, and they do business through 14 assistances and security guards. You know what I mean? But shout out to all the real ones who weather the storm and it's, get up, link up, have better conversations, because negativity ain't it. Not in 2022 with Homeland Security know your location, your GPS on your cars. It's not fly. Some people that don't have cars.
Man, but out here it's a little different because out here these niggas be on like gang time. Like,
Niggas
catch you in traffic, they really catch you in traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes down the gas station, the highway. Like these niggas have no chill. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a gang situation, it's issues, beefs. So your block may have a beef with that block, and that shit be for real. You know what I'm saying? But the shit is dangerous. And
what I want to also put out there is like, shout out to everybody in Coney Island that is sticking together, because Coney Island is growing. It's a lot of attention on Coney Island. Coney Island is finally getting the attention it deserves. Finally, after years, all these years, either people went to like, Bed-Stuy, Flatbush, Browns. They never came to Coney Island for music. They came to Coney Island for the rides or to see the ball playing tournaments. Music wasn't a thing. And to be honest with you, Coney Island was getting the same amount of attention as Atlantic City gets when it comes to music. You know how many talented people probably in Atlantic City, but people just know like for the gambling shit. And you go there and realize it looks like Coney Island. I say, yo, this shit is Coney Island.
It does look like Coney Island, though. You think about it, it does. You know what I'm saying?
You see these tough niggas standing in front of this casino, like, this is Coney Island. You know what I mean? The beach is up there. It's the same shit. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of dirty dogs running around fast. It's a lot of talent out there. And as soon as somebody break out there, they will tell that person's story too. It's the same thing over and over.
Oh, yeah.
But shout out to everybody pushing Coney Island forward.
Yeah, shout out to Coney Island.
Who has 2022, or everybody has been standing out doing music. And now with all the attention, you know what happens with attention is everybody wants the spotlight. Everybody want to tell it, but you just got to be mindful.
So I look at it, everybody got a story to tell, but sometimes your story might be greater than theirs. So that's what matters to me. Like, I'm really tall. There's a whole bunch of greater stories than mine. You know what I'm saying? But I like my story because I created my story. You know what I'm saying? Might have been through some good and bad shit, but my story was created through Zeke Black. I wrote graffiti. I might have dug a couple of pockets. It happens. I might have jumped a couple of good guys. No, but that's part of my story. Doesn't mean I glorify this shit, but that's part of my DNA. So I've learned to accept that. I can't remix it. You know what I'm saying? I was never the toughest guy. I was a hustler. I wanted to get money. When niggas said kill Bill, I would literally walk across the street. What? Guns? Let me go over here. I learned at a young age to stay in my lane. So even though shit may have got crazy, my name was never in nothing because that wasn't my avenue. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew one thing. It was to be a tough nigga in my generation, it came with a lot of smoke, my nigga. To be punch niggas in the mouth, you had to expect somebody was coming back to stab you or shoot you. So my generation was a deadly generation. So all those niggas that was in that type of time, they couldn't get no money, bro. They had all the smoke. Those is bullshit movies you're watching. These fake movies with Alpo was fucking niggas, girls, and videos and all this shit. Yeah, but these niggas, They was allowing it because they were scared of what he had behind him. It wasn't that they were scared of Poe. They were scared of Randy Love. He had niggas he would bring to the rooftop. Pool, this nigga and that nigga and that nigga. So we know we do to this nigga. These niggas is coming because this is what these niggas is known for. Now you see what I'm trying to tell you, bro? His album came from the niggas he was around. They can say what the fuck they want to say. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He an East Side nigga. So I'm giving you a good example. So the ones that he took more money in DC, he took in New York. Why? He had so much drama. You can't get money. See, this new generation is not about money. It's about props. So now it's like a nigga say anything, and his word will matter because it's not about the bag. Man, fuck the bag. It's about what I did 2 years ago. It's not about that shit, bro. It was never about that, bro. It was never about that, bro. How many niggas I know is dead for being stupid? My man Lil Ray was the coolest nigga in the world. Lil Ray got on some Kill Bill shit and he got killed. That's what comes with the Kill Bill shit. Now you understand what I'm saying? Once you pick up that image, there's only two ways out. So if you want to be a hustler, be smooth, and be yourself, do it. Fuck these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. I ain't never want to be a rapper. You know what that meant? I always want to be Z. You know what I'm saying? These niggas want to be rappers. There was never a conversation like that in '88. Y'all want to be like Big Daddy Kane. The rapper now is a foolish, stupid nigga that wants beef, bro. The average rapper walks in the door with all the drama in the world.
Yo, I hate to take credit or take anything away from what I'm about to say. You got dudes like Chuck D, a Public Enemy, who said this type of shit was covered 30 years ago. You got to fight the power. Nobody hear this dude. This guy's still alive, still doing packed out concerts and everything. But that's not the message that's going out today on these social media platforms. And I don't even want to get into other things else, but you know,
that's
some of these things are designed to take all of us out. And when people realize that part of the game, you know what I'm saying, that, you know,
Rikers Island. This is dope.
Rikers Island.
Most of these rap niggas got all the beef in the world. When selling drugs, it wasn't cool to have beef in the world before you rapped. There's niggas that have, let me tell you something. There's more niggas that became rappers that caught beef felonies. Like Lil Wayne. It took you to become a rapper to catch a gun charge. You know what I'm saying?
But look, and that's the catch-22 because
gun charge. You know what I'm saying?
When people heighten that fear, because that's what, you know, you got to be scared to be dangerous, because you're not going to just walk out dangerous. You got to be some type of scared, and that's why they call it reckless endangerment. Like you do something scared, it's reckless. It don't. Some people can't come back. You know, I sat next to a dude that was in jail. You know, he had 23 to life, and he just wished he never shot that gun. Like he wakes up and try to sleep the whole bit away. These are things I remember. Like, dude, get up and sleep the bit away.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they're growing old in jail. Like, you know, and it's crazy. Sometimes I look at the old pictures, but I'm not here to.
Do all that. Because you're dealing with the facts. I was in jail with somebody I bumped heads with on the floor. Bumped heads with somebody. Because I say 6 because I had 4.5 plus 2 years post release. For those that want to add the math. No, but you just said you did 6. No, it's 6 years total. It was 2 years post release. You know what I'm saying? 4.5 physical. I see my man in 5 points. The nigga I had to walk away from. Yo, Zeke, man, he been in jail for 15 years. Yo, Zeke, I regret killing that. I said, yo, you know what? I can't fuck with you, my nigga. You hear me? So, what you killed him for? To impress us? To now look at my face and tell me you regret doing it.
Yo, you know what I'm like?
Now you understand?
I gotta say my truths all the time because it's gonna be somebody that probably come back and discredit all this positive shit I said. This is how I think as a hustler, and I want you to understand this. People like, okay, Chambers, you caught that drug people, boom. Yo, when you go, you know, you go through intake, they ask you all those regular questions. What's your highest level of education? College, GD, yeah. What does that allow me to do? That's point on. Move around the jail. not glorifying. I was the nigga. I knew you was coming to the jail. I was the bad guy. I was the guy that had your shit. Like,
you want the intake?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was locked up with me in 07 and know I was coming home, whatever. They was like impressed. They were like, yo, Chambers, I don't know how you do this shit, bro. I'd be like, yo, look, I never was the guy to play the bubble, none of that shit. I was never one of those guys. But I knew I didn't, whether it was outside clearance or I could get out of here to do something for a few hours, I was doing that, man. You know what I mean? Go, whether it's like to go sweep or say I gotta go to whatever it was, I found ways to maneuver even in the prison system to where, like, when they sentenced me and they put me through All-Star, I didn't qualify for Lakeview. I had a short bid. I'm way up there in Butler. Tony Yale just left not too long ago. I'm hearing all these stories. And they didn't have me in Wendy's. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in Wendy's? This is
Yo. Coaching shot, like it's a coaching shot.
Yo, it's no grass, it's concrete. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Yo, so I'm like, all right, that was because in that time it was a transition. And when I was coming down, I came home from Butler. You know what I mean? That's when they had the drug program, and you could just come home from the drug program. Yeah. So in the drug program, I had outside clearance. So where am I doing outside clearance at? At Elmira. I'm doing the bags, like, when they break the bus in.
Yeah, bags.
I'm throwing everybody's shit in there. And you know what I'm saying? Like this. And I make
sure outside clearance too, man. I'm a non-violent nigga, man. Outside clearance, I was in Cape Vincent.
Once again, that's why I said I never glorified being, I moved around. I hustled. How do you think I survived, even in the prison system? Cookies, snacks, magazines. Like, I still was hustling. Like, what are we talking about? Like, and then when I came home, I didn't spend my time.
So you had the book. You was the book man. You know what I'm talking about, man. I can't say it too loud. Short eyes, my nigga. You was the NC for the short eyes. Yeah, you was important. It was very important. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You was the plug.
Get real. All the Buttman magazines, all that shit, niggas to get through. Like, you ain't see Flesh and Magno. Like, the highlight of my day was listening hours.
Those short eyes come. Yo, I ain't gonna front. A motherfucker sent a message to you for the short eyes. Like, yo, I heard son got the new book. Yo, tell son go to his dog. Yo, I got and all that for him. You know what I'm saying?
Who's that, right? And I can sit here, the highlight of my day was seeing visitors. Like, I used to sit there, act like I'm sweeping one spot just to see the visitors. Just to be like, okay, what they hearing? Like, that's right, bro. So, but here's the funny thing. You come home, I was like, yo, I saw, what's the name? I know he's in this job. I'm telling niggas, and you know what they say? You the nigga that was stealing niggas' sneakers. Instead of thinking, I'm the guy that can get you a message or make sure I get to you, you're going to say,
they accuse you of that?
I'm just saying, that's what they think all those type of guys do.
Yeah. That work in the draft? Yeah.
Sometimes your bag might come back empty. You fuck with the wrong nigga, it just be the 5 t-shirts, the pants they give you. You know what I'm saying? But
my man Fly Mike asked about you earlier. He did, though. He said, yo, is D.Chamberz on the web series?
Of course I'm still on the web series, man. Shout out to the Brooklyn Way. Shout out to the Cycle. I tell people I'm one of the best street actors in the game, bro.
Yeah. He pulled up earlier for you. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Brooklyn Way. Shout out to the Cycle. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. And I get my acting on. I did write a movie. It's called Before the Battle. It's a battle rap movie. I'm working on that right now. I'm in between contracts and film companies. So that's where my mind is right now.
That is dope, man. That's what I'm talking about. See, I had outside clearance. So I wasn't trying to get no trouble. I was mowing lawns, I was drinking good juice, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. That's a free shoe outside clearance.
I always look at it as a test. Because like it put you out there and it's just you, the open road, that grass.
Open road, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. But yeah, we've done it. We in history today, man. Definitely, yo, bro. I got a lot of you, man. You're right, because they're gonna every nigga that did work in the draft was getting accused. Definitely, when the commissary come out, they accuse you. Every time a nigga package they come through, niggas accuse you niggas. Yo, such and such, he did that and that. And you right though. For a couple of things they come through with me a couple of times with the package, and I instantly had to press the inmate that worked in the commissary. Where he's at? They call that shit. They airlift the shit in the room. Shit like, yo, let me holler at you, man. Yo, because I heard that they be giving niggas, some inmates, the shit that they supposed to throw away.
Yo, all right.
Inmate.
Might not get all your
What's
mixtapes.
the true story with that, man?
Might not get all your mixtapes, but you gonna get your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Back when they had the tapes. You know what I'm saying? Some tapes I was listening to, guilty as charged. You know what I mean? Not everybody got tapes.
You always had the, I ain't gonna fuck, because that was the rumor mill of the joke. When some shit ain't passed by, that they didn't, that was like illegal substances. It's like, yo, son, hey, these are dub niggas on good sneakers. Like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And yo, that shit come through, bro. Like that's just a business. That shit, that draft room, that's a fucking business, bro. You know what I mean?
I tell $1 million business, and that's why I try to tell people. Like, I used to see people, and I used to check names. I didn't even care if I was in that jail. I looked at it, and I was like, okay, you going there? All right. Some people I kept tabs with. Until I had to mentally clear that, like, yo, my mindset has to change. Like, why am I worried? I'm in jail, worried about where somebody I know I'm going to either run into in jail or maybe not. But I'm looking at the New York State transportation sheet right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it. Like, and these are, you know, sometimes they, you know, they don't know how, like, person's reaches can be. Like, you worrying about brothers going at brothers. You got Aryan Nation up there. You got these Italians up there. You got the Latino community. They embrace you if they see you're an honorable guy. But a lot of these guys get to talk to these people because they, you know, they never open their mind. They just go from what the last person said and the last person said, and all you see is, you know, black on black crime in jail. You don't see too many Aryan Nation dudes slicing each other's faces. There's always
you gonna come a gun in the back of the yard. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they do. Like, if somebody owe them money and it's something like that, it's like that. It's not because you threw down something and nah, man. And that's why I say, even in then, I'm watching certain people control construction businesses from a cell.
Yeah.
Bunk bed. Like from a bed. You know what I mean? A dorm bed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this dude is running construction companies. And I was amazed by shit like that. I'm like, and then, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, when I come home, who I gotta speak to? Da-da-da. Yeah, I made some phone calls. I kept in contact with those people. I ain't leave nobody for dead when I came home.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say, like, my story is my story, and people talk about it because I don't talk about it. And that's what I wanted to just get that out there. You know what I mean? I want
again, D.Chamberz, you gotta do it again. It's a dope show. Dope, man. What you out with, brother?
Yo, man, just go tap in the boom bap, the drill rap. We got Met the Man, Benny the Butcher, my homie TOG Killer. Got a lot of fire videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Real D.Chamberz. You know what I'm saying? Look how unselfish I am. We could have did this on my platform. I said, yo, because you hit me for the dialogue, let's do it on yours. I hope they respect me for that. Shout out to all the bloggers. Just know the information and facts before you give people, you know, credit, because sometimes all information ain't good, you know, energy to put in the air. And it could get left. There's no reason for it. You know, just value that.
Got you. Appreciate that, brother.
Salute.
Shout out to East Home. Shout out to D.Chamberz in the building. Shout out to Big Dice who pulled up. You know, Smitty Blow Dollars. Shout out to no ChynaBrim. No D.Chamberz. You know what I'm saying? The headliner. He pulled up. Great conversation. And that's moving the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to shout out Wifey, Southern Belle. Definitely shout out to where I'm from, East Harlem. I'm Spanish Harlem. This is a nice one. Shout out to my man Yambo. From 119, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Jeff Mob, the East Side Lynch Mob on 12th Street, the Flow Boys, High Post, the PT1 crew, the East New York crew, the Carver Mob, the FEB, the FTW, SMS crew, KOA, TFT, and also my FEB niggas, my Flow Boys. That's the generation that grew up. East Army, EA men, East Army. And we just here for the culture, and we love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what hip hop culture is. Shout out to P and Strickland Mentality in Clubhouse. Shout out to my man Doggy Diamonds. He pulled up the P and Strickland Clubhouse. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. Follow him. Kareem Johnson and all that. You know what I'm saying? My man Guards and King, Push That Knife. You know what I'm saying? Guards and King with Strickland Mentality. Tip and all them waiting from Push That Knife in Clubhouse, you know. Just doing the doing our just do. You know what I'm saying? I give the credits. I gotta give people the credits. Shout out to my son-in-law, Spooky Dog, you know, wife from West Side St. Louis. Shout out to the East Harlem. Shout out to my man Ed Medina, Gabby Medina, my man Ari Uno, my man Money One, the 131 crew. Rest in peace, Roz, 131. Shout out to my man Nelson from Exclusive Arrivals on the 110th. Second Avenue, the sneaker store. Shout out to my man Washington Jack and Podcast. Definitely rest in peace to Dave. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Tone Lopez. Definitely rest in peace to Ant White. Rest in peace to Little Dave from Washington. Shout out to my man Hakeem from Lex. Just shout out to the East and Mr. White Bills, the Foster kids. Juan Brooks, the Foster kids on the West Side. Cuzzo Dice from Foster. Fly Mike for pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Making things, keeping everything going. So shout out to my man Fly Mike. Everybody that pulled up is paying attention to the paying attention, you know what I'm saying? They're doing our due diligence. You're right. D.Chamberz could have did this interview on this platform, but he brought it over here. So salute to that man, you know what I'm saying? The movement's moving forward. We had a deep conversation about game coaching with the Blue Boy situation. Any boy is my boy, man, but we just having this conversation, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Disco, you know what I'm saying? My man Disco Baller, 169 from, you know, the Webster Avenue, Bronx, tonight, right? Washington Avenue and all that. Put me down Bronx, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be the biggest I'm not trying to be the biggest of nothing. That's my man Mad Jack, you know what I'm saying, the Carolina. Shout out my cousin Lenny, you know, so I'm gonna hit you back, cousin, you know what I'm saying? I just got my story in the way I see things. My dates might not be right, my time, or even the way I see things may not be right. So I may not be well versed with some things I might say. It may not even come out right. But it doesn't make me fake or fraudulent or anything else because it didn't come out a certain type of way. Motherfuckers is smoking weed, niggas is drinking, niggas, you know what I'm saying? It's just conversation. Some things are just common sense that don't make sense. The only people that gang members hide from in jail is the administration. Those are the only ones when gang members pull up and be like, yo, I'm not on gang time because I don't want them niggas to know I'm not trying to go to the box. Everybody else know you on gang time. Definitely when you're a known gang member that's got known status. You have to really show the administration that you're not doing gang shit. But how many niggas I met that I was in spots with that had status that as soon as they get conversation, you don't even go to the yard no more. You're not acting with the homies. Don't even pull up no more. So they try not to be active, not because they're scared, because they don't want to go to the box. Some of them, alternatives. You're gonna pull up your head, we're gonna do whatever I gotta do with those things. I just know, I'm pretty sure that's game. Certain names pull up, they just know, okay, boom, he's the big homie, all eyes on him. Let's watch his mail. Let's watch how he move. Let's check his locker every 10, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know what? I leave that conversation to those jail niggas, man, because they'll make it sound a whole lot more different than, you know, if you just pull up in a spot with a name. That's like OG Mac pulling up to Wyoming Media. Like the police not going to be on his back because he's OG Mac. You talking about before OG Mac went home. Now I fell back. I dropped my flag. They're going to watch him. The administration. People worried about the administration. Game time? Fuck it. I'm going to blow the spot. So with that being said, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. That's my take on that one. The first half of this interview. That being said, free all the real rights. Ziggy Zai was Papino. We got to get that interview going. And definitely free the real ones.